Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Jay. Thanks for tuning in. Tuesday Night Art Jam. We're going to go ahead and get started. We don't want to keep y'all waiting. Let's go ahead. I got my man in the back, 80s made. Let's bring him on out.
Hey, brother. Yeah, I was trying to sign in. I was having camera troubles. Like this camera wasn't working. So I kept signing in and it was showing my overhead. So all you're seeing was my keyboard. I was thinking about laying down the whopper. Hey guys.
This ain't that kind of stream.
Oh man, how's it going?
All right, man. How you doing today?
I'm good. Hot as hell still. The air conditioner's still broke. So
Shit.
Gotta get the maintenance people to come and fix that. And just another miserable hot day.
Oh, I hear you, man. Let's get to some of the chats. Hail Ming, he's right here.
Look at this can.
Oh no.
I just took it out of the fridge.
I know why this looks
Hail
so low.
Ming. Oh yeah, that's a Hail Ming.
Yeah, hail Ming. Oh, my camera's all jacked up now. I know what's going on here. Okay. Cuckoo. Let's see. Dragon Pisces, Long the Flash. Again, hail. That's me. Me and my mom were renting Flash Corn on Amazon. So she saw the price and said, hell no, but don't worry, I will find a way. Definitely worth it. I know what the price is, but
yeah, you might be able to find it on DVD cheap.
Tuesday. Somewhere. Hockey. Hey, thanks for coming in. Do you wanna pop in, man? We're gonna do some art and stuff. Just chill out and draw. So let me know if you want me to shoot you a link, and I will do that on Twitter. We'll go ahead and get that. We'll get you in here, man. Because I think our night is his morning.
Oh yeah. He's Australian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those Australian guys. They wake up when we're going to bed.
Yeah. Damn, I gotta fix this thing's so low. Like, what the hell's going on here? There we go. Okay. Hail Ming, socialist. Right. Can't come in today. The family and I are going to lunch with my grandma. I'll see if I can pop in later if you guys are still streaming. I'm at least going to try and do 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how crazy it gets.
Yeah, if it was my stream, you'd have all the opportunity in the world.
Yes. We'd be here till 5 a.m.
Let's see. You got any more chats, buddy?
No, that's it.
Okay,
let's
I didn't want to cut you off.
Heike says maybe so. It's lunchtime at the moment. I need some food. Okay, cool, man. Well, if you do, just shoot me a message on Twitter, and we'll go ahead and get you in here.
Yeah,
it's looking good here, but why does it look foggy on YouTube?
Yeah, you look a little foggy.
Yeah, it's looking fine on mine. Huh. Did I touch it? Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. Sometimes
you know what it is. Realistically, your microphone is so bright, it might just be like making it look foggy. Yeah. No, it's kind of still about the same.
Yeah, it looks fine on StreamYard.
Oh, really? Yeah, here it looks weird. Foggy. Well, I'm on StreamYard only watching. I have it pulled up on YouTube, but I'm not watching on YouTube. And on StreamYard on my end, you do look foggy in this corner. But like not in the rest of it. Like the rest of it, you look fine. So just hang over in that side of the camera.
Can we over here?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. You better know. Hey, what's up, guys? Dragon, Best Buy has whoa. Technical difficulty. That's actually how you should start the video from now on. Right. I'm gonna go back and clip that out and save that for your intro. Remember that time you lost the camera?
I pushed my damn my keyboard so far because my keyboard's in front of the tripod here because I'm doing physical today. So we're doing traditional art.
Yeah, I like that physical.
Yeah,
that's the way to go. $10, Dragon. Best Buy has Flash Gordon on Blu-ray for $10. They have a couple versions, but you can get it for $10, and that's cheaper than getting it on Amazon.
Nice. Let me move this.
And then they'll do free pickup to the store, so you won't have to pay shipping. It's $4 for shipping, but you can do free pickup to your store.
Nice.
So yeah, that's probably the way to go.
Closer. Get this more over here.
Hail man.
I don't even have my game. And I bet you was messed up. I don't have my games on.
Let's turn the there game. You go. You messed you all up, man. See, I gotta turn my other thing up. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Oh, let's see that one. I think I'm good. Let's see. Pop this up. Boom. Yeah, we'll keep it that way. All right. So now that Jay's gone, I have complete control of the stream. What's up, guys? What do you want to talk about today? Drawing? Who needs that? Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Hail Ming. So I saw, and I got involved because I made a stupid comment. I mean, I thought it was funny, but you were having a little bit of a Twitter spat.
Oh,
I saw that because it looked like it started out fun, and then it looked like it was escalating. Because I came in with I dropped a boom, and then it just kept going. So I dipped out.
Oh, yeah, no, it was we kind of started trolling each other.
Yeah.
Is what started happening, and then yeah, no, it was cool. It was all good. I was hey, you win. He made a comment and I totally laughed. Like I literally laughed out loud. I was like, all right, man, you win.
Yeah.
But we pretty much were he was for writers, I was for artists.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was making the argument, but we all know I was right in the end. So
well, in such a way you were, not to poke that bear, but because that dude's always liking my stuff on Twitter, so I don't want to poke the bear. But in a way you are right, because like that's what draws every one of us into comic books is the art. Like not a single person runs in there and goes, oh man, that first sentence was great.
Yeah,
you grab it because the cover, and then you keep grabbing it because what's inside, and then the story's great, it goes along. But we joke all the time that the word bubbles get in the way. I mean, I don't think you're really joking. I'm joking, but I think you're serious.
I'm 50-50 on it.
Yeah.
I'm half joking, half serious. Words are for nerds, man.
True story, man. True story.
But yeah, no, it's no, but it was good stuff. But he's like, no stories being people. I was like, dude, when you look at when you go to the comic store, the first thing you see is that cover. That's what's gonna make you pick up the book.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, but I'm biased.
What?
I said I am biased.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I completely agree with you, because like I say, if I have one open, sealed books here. So I got this book right here, and why did I buy this? Because the cover, man.
Look, that's awesome,
right? And this is an old generation, so I love this man.
Mm-hmm.
J. Scott Campbell. But what do I do with this book? Like I do with every single book, and I did it when I was a kid, and I do it now that I'm an old man. I literally look at every page and I absorb the art before I even read a single word. And that's how I look at books. And if it's shit art, I'm not even going to bother reading it.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. So no, I get it, man. I get it. And yeah, that words are for nerds. Although me saying I want to write a comic book. And I'm storyboarding it.
There you go.
Yep. So what are you drawing today? So you're doing an old school pencil, paper?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on I don't know how exciting this is gonna be. I'm gonna keep working on either the house designs, or I might do some thumbs, because Vaughn with Terror in the Trenches is doing an art contest.
Cool.
And his characters are really well designed. And so I love the art in his stuff. And even though I had to skip this campaign, I'm looking forward to get it in the future. But still, it's just big. They just look fun to draw. So I think that's what I'm gonna. So I'm doing one of those things. Either I might do there's three things. I'm the concept stuff. I might do Vaughn's art contest and just do layout of something. I have it in my head, but I got to put it down on paper, like a cool action scene. Or I might draw a projectile reptile again for that contest that ends on July 4th.
Yeah. Okay.
So
have you talked to Dojo?
Not much.
Like about how far he is in his book?
I have no idea.
Haven't. And then all of a sudden he was just like yesterday, he was like, anybody got room on their stream? I want to talk about my stuff. And I was like, bro, I was like, just hit me up in the DMs. I told you have an open invite, anytime you want to, but we were doing the movie last night. And so he's going to come on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to talk to him on Saturday.
Cool. Yeah. I might do projectile reptile in like a Cuphead rubber hose style.
Cool.
Which I think will be fun to draw. So, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of my agenda. I sent some people the link. Unfortunately, Big Boy can't make it. He's hanging out with family, so that's cool. I shouldn't say unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about it. Because like, what was it? So he did the same thing. I think Saturday. One of the days. I don't think you were there. You didn't make it for whatever reason. Oh, you went out of town. So Saturday. It was Saturday. So I sent him the link, and it was rolling into Sunday morning. So he's like, "It's Sunday here. Got to spend time with the fam." So I was like, family's is more important. But then Cranberry Langers, his brother, he's been busy, real busy, changing jobs and the whole thing. And then so Cranberry said the same thing. He's like, "Oh, my brother's hanging out with family." I said, "Doesn't he know we are family?" So I was like, family's important, but we are family. Hail Ming. Yeah. So no, so I had a hell of a day. Been just trying to get caught up some stuff, and it's been hot as hell here, man. Hot as hell. No air conditioning. I'm kind of miserable.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. That's horrible. I mean, over here we're about 85 today.
Really? Yeah, it was outside. It was 80. So we had a couple real 100-degree days. So luckily it wasn't that the past couple of days, but it was 80 outside and 85 in the house, and then now it's just starting to cool off. So it's just yeah. I like them houses, man. So are these concepts, or is this like
yeah, it's concepts for the houses on the island.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. I mean, that seems dark because it was
I was gonna say, you got some light over there, bro?
Yeah, I do. I had this set up for the tablet. The tablet's so bright.
The tablet is bright. Yes, that's true. So since the last time we talked, I upped my games, my stuff. Like I've got a lot of games now, a lot more consoles. I went a little nuts. You were MIA for a little bit, so I didn't really get your feedback. So I went a little nuts and bought some stuff.
Okay.
So we now have the we got the Genesis. I got the Dreamcast. Well, I had to go get a broken Dreamcast because this one ended up working.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it ended up working. And for $40, man, I was like stoked. And I did my video and I got a thumbs down. So somebody was upset about my price.
Oh.
Because how could you really be mad about that? Like, without even a comment or anything. Like I just said, "Hey, cool, I bought this thing. I thought it was broken. The dude thought it was broken. I got it to work by cleaning it and reseating the cover. It works great, fine." Like, how are you going to thumbs down that kind of video?
Yeah.
So he was upset that I got it for $40. It might have been the guy I bought it off of.
Maybe.
That would have been great. But so anyway, so this stuff came today, the GDEMU for the Dreamcast here.
Oh, nice.
So I got the chip, ba-boom, and I got this adapter, which was crazy, right? So the person who created this GDEMU, there's like some weirdness with it. He's only making like so many at a time, and he's like backlogged, so because of the COVID stuff. Yeah. So now you had mentioned that a couple times now, and I tend to forget about taking that into account because I didn't see that firsthand with the COVID stuff like you did, where like the game prices skyrocketed because of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But then when they mentioned it, since like COVID, he stopped taking orders for this thing. I was like, damn, that's crazy, because I only had the experience of right before COVID hitting, and the idiots on YouTube going, "Look what I found on at the thrift store, and I'm going to sell it for $1 million now." And then it caused Goodwill. You can't, if you find a game console at Goodwill, somebody made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because like they send them to the warehouse now.
Odin says, "Hail Ming, sorry missed tonight. Thought it was canceled and went to the movie. Saw your tweets in the wrong order." Ooh.
Oh man, Hail Ming.
Oh, I'll save the Flash. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll save the Flash Gordon soundtrack for another time.
That'd be great, man. Don't matter to me.
Or we could do it more than once. Doesn't matter.
It also doesn't matter to me. I do like that soundtrack. But no, so China, good old China during COVID, go figure, picked up the slack, and they started making these basically knockoffs of this guy's homebrew circuit board. And when I found somebody on YouTube talking about it probably about a year ago, they were kind of on the cheap end. Like the guy that figured this out and was making these was selling these for about $1.50 in that range, right? And then so the Chinese knockoffs, they were about $60 about a year ago. And then since then, homebrew, stuff, gaming at home, retro gaming has gotten so big because of COVID. These now are crazy expensive on eBay. The board by itself sells for $150.
Oh,
and
wow.
then this little doodad that fills the disk drive hole which you don't have to get this, but this just fills the hole and lets you put the memory cards in there. There's 2 slots, and it runs a ribbon cable with a fake memory card to the thing, so then you don't have an empty weird hole. And it's a really nice thing. They sell those for about $15, and then you can pick different colors, which is kind of cool. But they had this package come from China, $130, and it's both of them together. Oh, so wow. It's by far cheaper, like to buy them together. So I did.
Nice.
But now I'm waiting for my broken Dreamcast. And then I was looking, and then this guy was selling one. He had said 47. So I hit him back with the 40. I'm like, let me get that one for $40. So he hit me back with the 42. I said, yes. So I got an actual legit broken one. It does not read discs. He says that 100%. But the other guy kind of thought the same thing, so maybe. But either way, I'm getting this second one. So if that disk drive actually works, I'll just put it in a bag, Ziploc bag, wrap it up, set it aside in case I ever need it. And then I'm going to put this on there, and so I'll have 2. But then I'll be able to get every game this way.
Yeah.
So I'm down. Have you ever messed with this kind of stuff?
No.
The cards?
No, I haven't.
I know it's probably blasphemous in your whole, business world.
No, I thought about it. Actually, I had a customer come in and was like, hey, I have this and I want to sell it. And I was like, okay, well, let me hook it up and let me try it out. Because I was thinking about, I wouldn't sell it in the store because it's such a, I don't want to say it's not a niche thing, but it's like, it's something that I can't support.
Well, there's there's probably some kind of way where not only there's the collector market that doesn't like that type of stuff, but then, I mean, I would assume everybody involved would not be happy about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I say not support, I don't mean say if I sold it and the customer was having a technical issue with it, I couldn't help them with it because I don't know enough about it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
What I mean? So I was gonna buy it for me.
Yeah.
And so he brought it in. I was looking at what he had, and he had some pretty good, he had a bunch of ROMs on there and stuff like that. Cool. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I love shoot 'em ups. I love shmups. And so I'm like, hey man, like, did you play Ikaruga? He's like, oh no, that's not Ikaruga. It's something else. Oh, all right, man. How about Mars Matrix? Oh no, that's some other game. And I was like, well, how about this game? He's like, oh no, that's something else. So like the 3 games that I really wanted to play on it, I couldn't play on it. And I was like, oh well, I'm not gonna try and figure out how to upload stuff. If it was ready to go, I'd buy it for myself. But
what was it though? What system?
It was a Dreamcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a Dreamcast.
Well, if it ever comes to you in the future, or if you get broken ones, let me know because I will be figuring this all out. And I will let you know. And or I'll just put that shit all on a card and just send you the card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think then there's another one that came out maybe a year or 2 or called the Mode.
Yeah.
And I think it's one that works with Saturn and Dreamcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that like almost every disc-based system, except for Xbox, because they were able to soft mod that one and put everything on that hard drive and upgrade to like a 2 terabyte hard drive. And then there's this like crazy one now that if you upgrade something, you put some circuit boards on top of the circuit board, you figure out that. So it's a hard mod with a soft mod. Somebody was able to get like a 16 gigabyte hard drive in the original Xbox.
Oh, well, I believe
I was just like, some part of that is really cool because that was such an awesome powerhouse of a machine. And not only can you play all these games, but imagine hooking that up to HDMI to your television, having the system and having like tons and tons of movies and TV shows on top of those games in that hard drive, all in one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also being able to use the remote.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. So it's something I've always wanted to do. And I was actually thinking about it years ago, before it was getting into this like crazy retro gaming thing where people were just like tossing out those Xboxes and giving them away cheap and stuff. And then people were turning around and putting like full on computers into it.
Yeah.
So they were replacing all those, all the memory or the controller plugins for actual USBs. And like people were doing some really cool things in the, like turning them into mini giant computers with a huge hard drive. And, so it just ended up looking cool, but for all intents and purposes, it was still a computer. It just looked like an Xbox. But I mean, I've got this one here. It's got a bad disk drive in it, and I've tweaked the potentiometers, and I finally got the disk to spin. But I'm at my wit's end. I just want to get one that works just enough so I can put soft mod it, put a huge 2 terabyte hard drive in it, put some games, put some TV shows, That's where I'm at. I'm still really enjoying taking apart stuff and modifying and that, but I'm at a point also where I'm like, I got a 5-year-old, so I can't just leave this in pieces on the table for days while I wait for parts to come and this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, that's the tough part. And then you come back to you're like, shit, what was I doing?
Right. Yeah. That always happens. And so like I've taken it apart a couple times trying to do this potentiometer tweak. And like I said, I've done it a couple times and I eventually did. Now the disc spins. It still doesn't read the disc, but before it wasn't even spinning the disc. Like it would kick on and then it would sit there for like ever. And then eventually it would say wrong disc, but you wouldn't hear the disc spinning. And so now it finally does, but it's still not reading it.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's one of the good ones though. It's one of the Samsung 605 drives.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just at a point where I don't want to mess with it anymore. I just want to throw some coin down, get something that works, and figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I didn't already buy those couple games, I probably wouldn't even worry about it. I'd probably move on to a different system. Because I bought I got Fable. That's what I've been really wanting to play that, and I picked up not Modern Warfare, Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
I got that, and then I got the Tomb Raider game. So I got those 3 games I really want to play on it. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I picked up Orange Spice GameCube from Japan.
Oh, nice.
So I'm super excited about that one because it's coming with a box. And from the picture, it looks like that the disc coin there, whatever that black disc on the top lid is, whatever the hell they call that. Normally you see them, they're all scratched to hell. So this one from the pictures looks pretty good. So it doesn't look like it's all scratched up. It looks really good condition. So I'm getting that, the box, the controller, all shipped from Japan, cheaper than I can get one here in America.
Yeah, the Japanese, usually they take care of their stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I got that too. Like, you could definitely see a quality difference of looking at some because I've been really hard pressed in getting a Saturn, and so I've been when I've been looking, honestly, all that pops up that's even worth a damn is the Japanese Saturn stuff. So I'm actually tempted to just pull the trigger on a Japanese Saturn because for the price of what I would pay, and sometimes a bit cheaper than what I would pay to get anything here, I could get the Japanese Saturn and games, controllers, light guns. Like I could get bundles for in the $200 price range where I'm basically getting a working system, maybe a game in that kind of same price range.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you sell those for?
I think I gotta look. I think the one I have there is either 160 or 180 because they don't come in.
Right. And so I'm on right now on eBay. I'm looking at it's like a 180. Now that one I think the shipping was a little bit more. Let me just go back to it and check eBay. But it's got like a huge bundle of games and Japanese stuff, and I don't know, but I think it works the same way. There's that cartridge that you could use to play the Japanese games over here, Action Replay.
Yeah.
I think the Action Replay works the same with the Japanese system.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
I think it does. Why not?
Yeah,
because when I was checking one of the Japanese ones out, I thought it said it had an Action Replay and it was a Japanese system. So I was like, oh, that's awesome if it works both ways.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, because that's definitely worth it because there's a lot of good Japanese games out there.
Right. So right now I'm bidding on an Xbox. They say it works, but you never know, It's got 6 games that I really probably don't even care about. A bunch of controllers, the remote control, the little adapter for the remote control, because that's another thing. A lot of people lose that damn adapter.
Yeah.
So it's got, I think, 2 or 3 controllers. It says it works. It's in a box. It has Dead to Rights, which if I remember, that was a pretty okay game.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty okay. Poker, I care less. Test Drive Off-Road. I mean, that might be fun for a minute. Project Gotham Racing, I don't care. Rogue Ops, I'll probably play that. And the Namco Museum, so I'll play that one. So out of the 6 games, a couple of them are fine, but that's not why I would buy it. So I'm bidding $100, and so if somebody beats me out, then they can have it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go crazy on that. So I'm bidding on that one. I haven't that one ends tomorrow. Let's see. Somebody's bidding crazy on GameCube games. And again, I can get Japanese GameCube games cheaper than, except for Zelda, cheaper than I can get them here. And have you seen those? How they're in the cases over in Japan? So
no.
The Japanese GameCube boxes, they come in cardboard boxes like the original NES did. And inside is like a plastic clamshell that most people, there's a lot of them I've been able to find where they kept the whole thing intact with the box, but most of them are gone. And I actually like it so much better. It's literally like a clear clamshell, and then it's got the booklet insert in the front. And so you see the game and the booklet insert cover art through the plastic clamshell. It's a little bit smaller than what we're used to, and I just think the whole thing, it looks very aesthetically pleasing. And so I wouldn't mind collecting the Japanese games.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I also picked up that Wii. I got a Wii. Did I tell you that one?
Yeah, you showed me that red one, right?
No, I was going to, but then my so I asked you if I should bid up and what would be the price and whatever. And so I was going to, but we went to the thrift store and they had one in like amazing condition. It was a white one, but it had all kinds of accessories. It had 2 games. It had, well, not all kinds of accessories, but it had the controller. It had, they had a steering wheel there. So I had the steering wheel for $3. So I picked the steering wheel up. They had Indiana Jones and some stupid dance game that my kid's going to like. The system itself was in great condition. It had most of all the manuals, and it had, the only thing is it had the battery pack, and they didn't have the original door for the Wiimote. And then they didn't have the charger for that. So I did have to go pick up the charger for it, but I get that for $5 on eBay with 2 extra batteries. So that works. And it's one of the lay it down wireless chargers. So it doesn't plug in, which is kind of cool. And for what I got it for, I'm excited. Whole thing in and out, $50.
Oh.
And the cheapest price I can get at the local retro store, $90, no games, no nothing, just the system.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, how much do you charge?
$120.
Yeah, okay. For one Wii?
Yeah, Wii controller and yeah,
$50 in and out, the whole thing. I put it on Twitter. I don't know. Well, maybe I put it on Instagram. I don't know if you follow me over on Instagram, but I started that up since the last time we talked, and I just been popping over there because I got a couple. Actually, got a couple subscribers off of it for YouTube.
Oh, nice.
They moved over from there, and they were. I don't know if they're going to stay subscribers, but they liked whatever I posted that day. Because what I've been doing is the same thing I've been doing on Twitter. I was like, hey, look at this cool thing. Hey, look at this cool thing. So like, it's not consistent. One day it's movies, the next day it's comics, another day it's games. So I've been attracting different groups and trying to cast that wider net, and it worked kind of.
Nice.
If they stick around. Yeah. And so I got that. And it works. It works flawlessly. I mean, you know how when you, and I mean, you probably know more than anybody, but when you pick up a system that it really hasn't been played a ton, but even though it's like really old, it still feels close to brand new. It feels really good. The controllers are tight, like all that. You could just tell that whoever had this, not only did they just take care of it, but they probably never even played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how this feels. It feels like it was never really played. Or if it was very sparingly because it was in such good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, $50. I couldn't complain. So, and it's the original model with the GameCube plugs and that. So I was like, I get the Japanese GameCube. I can modify it if I want to and add that Switch in there, or I can just keep using the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it dawned on me with the air conditioning breaking in this room. So I got all this stuff in this room, and the heat is what makes those consoles turn yellow. So I don't know if you know that. So in the why the game consoles turn yellow is they have this chemical compound that's inside the plastic for fire retardancy.
Yeah.
And when people store them in attics and shit, it gets so hot that it changes them to yellow. Most people always thought it was the smokers' houses.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And so it's literally heat. So being stored improperly for years, and that's what it is. Well, we just found out, we're like 99% positive without breaking the wall and looking, that there's no insulation on this outside wall for this room. Because in the winter, this room is cold as ice all the time. God. And I love it. It's really nice and comfortable for me. My wife complains. She wraps up in blankets and whatever, but it's hot as hell. And even until before the air conditioner broke, like sitting here talking to you guys late at night, it gets warm in here, and so we figured that there's no insulation in here. So now I was just like, now that the air conditioner broke, it dawned on me that I got a lot of these systems that aren't black, and so they're gonna get yellow and stuff for hanging out in the summer. So I'm gonna move them downstairs now. Very sad, but I got that bigger TV downstairs. I got that 32-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're gonna start hooking them up in the kitchen and playing down there. Yeah, and then I'll leave the PlayStation up here, the Xbox up here. What's I got? The Atari will stay. I'll leave the Nintendo up here, the original Nintendo. That's fine. I mean, I can find tons of those, and I know how to clean it up. It's like there's a chemical. It's a simple thing. You can buy it off the shelf and just cleans up real nice. It takes a minute. It takes a little bit elbow grease and some time, but
okay. Yeah, because I've seen where they use like blonde number 6 or something.
They use
put it outside.
I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, there's something you could use. It cleans it up nice. The one time I had to do it, it wasn't much. It was just like the little controller ports. Let's see.
Dragon Pisces.
Last time I saw somebody do it, it was like off the shelf stuff.
Let's see. Dragon Pisces. So recently I watched the iconic BTAS episode, Batman the Animated Series episode, where Batman gave a thumbs up. The shot was so beautiful and exquisite in how Batman bask in the memory. The meme critic is pleased. 10 out of 10. I'll never forget where he like the Batman's in a he like infiltrates like some crime boss's house. And then a thug walks in there, and I guess early in the episode he beat up the thug. So the same thug goes looking, oh, what's that? Opens the door, sees Batman. Batman turns and looks at him. The guy just closes the door and walks away. But he's like, what was it? He's like, nothing.
So it's this hairdresser stuff that you're supposed to get for salons. So it's not this stuff maybe you can't buy in the store, but it's called 40 volume. And it's just it's pretty much hydrogen peroxide in a cream form. And it's really made for your hair, but that's what they use. They cover the whole thing in cream, and it's hydrogen peroxide cream, and then it like wipes away. And then depending on how yellowed it is, you might have to keep doing it a couple times, but it does work.
Yeah, they put that stuff under UV lights too.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
They'll put it outside in the sun, for a few hours, because that'll help. That's what helped brightens it.
I just used rubbing alcohol, and like not a scratch pad, but them Mr. Clean Eraser. However, if you go ham on them with a Mr. Clean Eraser, you can start like eating away the console. Like it leaves like scratch marks, almost like a sandpaper would if you do it too crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had to just do like little tiny, like the controller ports. Yeah. No, I didn't think about leaving it outside.
So let's see, Dragon Pisces. So movie night is postponed for tomorrow, so now I'm free. Shoot me a message on Twitter. I was trying to tag you, but I don't know if it's actually Dragon Pisces. Message me on Twitter, Dragon, and I'll shoot you a link, brother.
Well, you have to remember, way back when we first met Dragon, he said he was somebody else.
Yeah, he said he was a ghost.
He was secretly a different person. So maybe we know him. We've known him all along on Twitter.
Because I know I'm following him, but I don't know what his @ was, and I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the worst when everybody's got like a weird ass name.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, because when they're in the chat and they want to come in, and I'm like struggling to find out who the hell they are.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you message me because I'm not doing all this extra work now.
Oh, here we go. Actually, let's see. Here, I found him. Here we go. Drew might pop on by too. I shot him the link.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm working on that. Putting together. So this was the thing I wanted to ask you, and this was just based on you've been MIA. You had family stuff to take care of. You had to go out of town, man.
Yeah.
So I said, "Where's my friend?" So I pulled the trigger on this blind. Based off the prices around here, and then some of the stuff I've seen on eBay. So I don't know if it's a good deal or not. So I went to Japan. Like literally, I went to Japan.
You went to Japan?
Yeah, I literally went to Japan. And Like I think I'm gonna start collecting some Japanese like consoles and stuff. Getting into that one, it's a little bit cheaper, but they had some cool releases over there.
Oh yeah,
like I always knew about that crazy looking Gundam red GameCube.
mm-hmm.
But that's so expensive. But like the regular stuff, like the cool like 64s, like I've seen those for a long time. Those are really cool. They had the two-tone colors where they like we had the atomic purple one and stuff, but like the whole case was the same color. Whereas in Japan, they all had like an opaque or pearl white base, and then the top part was like a fancy, colorful, like red and green. And I just really liked those. So.
Oh, that's cool.
They're dope as hell, man. Hey, Dragon.
There you go. Caught you drinking.
Hail Ming.
you saw nothing.
Hail Ming.
Oh, hey, Hail Tarx9 too popped in.
Oh,
what's
hey,
up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Awesome. Tarx9 coming in the clutch.
Awesome.
Always showing up. Appreciate you, man.
All right. So, yeah, so I was spending a little time over in Japan. I've been seeing all this like really, really cool game stuff. And I'm like, I'm just going to start playing because a lot of these games, I don't read anyway. I just play.
Yeah.
So like the fact that I can't read it, I don't really care. And I'm getting the adapter for the 64 so I can play both systems without having to like break that piece or whatever. It's like a $7 little clip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then it was funny because as you did that, as you were adjusting, Dragon was adjusting his camera at the same time. So from what I saw, it felt like Dragon was doing all that. And Dragon's just like, I need this bigger.
It's
pretty much.
It's magic.
There we go.
Yeah. No, I like that, man.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a flipped over boat.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man.
Oh, that's a boat.
Yeah, it's upside down.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Wow.
It's a boat flipped upside down, and it's a house. So
yeah,
that's nice.
No, I like that. And then because you said like you originally said something about steampunk, but then it seemed like you took that back a little bit.
I did. I'm trying to do the houses a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't want to because honestly I don't know much about steampunk, and it just seems like a lot of effort that I don't want to draw.
Hail Mo.
Oh, Mo Biggs.
Yeah, see, it's not my stream, so I can see who's in the chat now because I can care less. I'm not talking. I'm just doing my thing. Yeah, Mo's here.
Cool, man. Thanks for coming in, Mo. Appreciate you. If you could hit that like. If you haven't subscribed already, man, I could appreciate you if you subscribe. I'm at 33 right now. Once I get to 50, I'll go ahead and do an art giveaway. I'm going to do a piece of art for somebody.
Ooh. So, what are you giving away?
Oh, whatever they want, whatever piece they want. I'll do an art piece for them.
I don't know if it was like some like weird thing where you're like, look, I did this and here's your art giveaway, or as opposed to like what you're doing for your project.
Oh,
like an original art piece or something.
Yeah, no, I would do like I said, whatever they would
Yep. And
hey,
Mo
man,
already liked and subscribed.
Awesome.
Mo.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing to where once I hit 50, it'll be like, comment on this video, make sure you follow me on Twitter, and then I'll put all the names in a hat, draw one, and then be like, hey, you won, get back to me and I'll draw something.
Yeah, I was thinking I got a whole bunch of shit I wanted to give away because I could sell on eBay, but then I never did it. So I have this like pile of old movies that it's been sitting here.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I was gonna do the same thing. I was just gonna give it away, and then I was just like, nah, it's just sitting here still. Hasn't moved.
Not on Twitter. That's cool. It's a smart move, my man.
Yeah. So you said it's on Twitter. Like you just message we just message you on Twitter.
Yeah, well,
Mo is not on Twitter.
Yeah, once I hit, I'll probably just do it on YouTube then, because like I said, not everybody has Twitter, but
and Mo can't escape the gatekeeping on any channel.
Well, I will open the gate for you, Mo. You're good, man.
Well, see, that's the problem with it. See, me, I just run my mouth and I don't pay attention to the chat. He's actually like focused on drawing, so he has to stop and look at the chat. That's different.
The only gates we should go.
Oh, sorry. I like how some of those streamers have the will read the comments for them while they're playing. And have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, I've seen that because it's weird because some of them sound really robotic. So as I type and they're like 80s making so says it's like I'm like that's not what I said.
It says beep bloop blarp.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe Mo Biggs, we're not trying to gatekeep you from the good stuff. We're trying to gatekeep you from the gates of hell.
Just I'm gonna do a video when I hit 50, and then comment on the video, and then I'll pull the name and then I'll take it from there, do a piece of art for him.
Don't worry, Mo. I'll rig the system.
We'll rig.
They'll rig it.
It's all right. He's probably the only one that will comment anyway, man.
I comment on some of your videos. Or I'm
you
here.
do.
No, because I hung out the last time. You haven't streamed in a while though.
Yeah. I've been. I mean, it's been kind of busy,
Okay.
over here, and I was trying to. I was trying to not spend the money on the StreamYard thing, but I was just like, you know what, screw it, man.
I told you it's worth it. If you're gonna invest the time into this, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean it's pricey. I ended up jumping up to the HD one, but it's pricey, but it ends up being worth it. If there's more time you spend on here and doing it, it's I did find that when I went from the regular to the HD, some people just watched just because of that. Like it seemed like I had more people interested.
Okay.
Yeah, because even when like I was making videos that nobody wants to watch, like when I wasn't talking about comic books, I was talking about other things. Like on those videos, I had more. Let's see. Oh no, so this is what I was talking about. So I got 10 controllers from Japan. What the heck is it? Damn things jumping all over the place. Let's see. Purchase history. So Japan, I paid shipping was not crazy. So like where I see some of these shipping prices for comic books from Australia, I'm just like they're gouging me. I'm Australians. Because from Japan, I got a box of 10 controllers shipped for $13.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but then it's if I can find it. All right, purchase history. So I got these are my recent purchases that haven't made it here yet. So I will let you guys know. But I picked up the Orange Spice GameCube from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Soul Reaver for Dreamcast. And I paid with shipping, I paid $35 for that game, and I paid $40 for the Dreamcast. So even though I wanted it and I knew it's totally worth it, something in my brain is like not clicking that the game is almost as much as I paid for the console. I picked up Aaron Lepresti's sketchbook, and I got that for $10. It was on eBay from 2005. So I liked the cover, and I like Aaron obviously, and so I was like $10, got to have it. I got finally the broken Dreamcast, and I got that for $42.95 shipped.
Nice.
And here is the winner. Nintendo 64 controllers, 5, and 5 GameCube controllers, tested, fully working, tight sticks, all from Japan. All of them look in amazing condition. They, obviously pictures could be a little different when you actually physically have it in your hand. I have seen stuff where the picture looks way better, but from the pictures, they look like they're all in amazing condition. And so 10 controllers, 5 64, 5 GameCube, with shipping to the house, $233.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's $13 for shipping. So $220. So is that a deal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I sell OEM 64 controllers for $30.
Okay.
Yeah,
here $50.
Oof.
Oh no, $40 for the 64 and $50 for the GameCube controllers here. Yeah. And Mo says he subbed a while ago and he liked as soon as before the stream started.
Yeah, I saw that stuff.
He already hooked you up, man.
Yeah, he did.
If you have don't have Crazy Taxi, you don't have Dreamcast. That actually is coming. And Mo, I did get this. So for the broken one, so it's GDMU, and I'm going to be able to put all the games on an SD card, plug that bad boy in, get rid of the disk drive, and then this goes in the disk drive place, and I'll just plug the card in. So I will have every game. But Crazy Taxi is coming. I just don't want to pay a crazy price for it on
yeah, it shouldn't be too expensive, honestly, because Crazy Taxi is so common.
I told you, man, around here, they didn't have a lot of Dreamcast games at the retro store here. They had, I think, 5, and they were all in the $40, $50 price range for all those games. Yeah. And Crazy Taxi wasn't one of them. But right now, but I have played it because when the Dreamcast first came out, I had a buddy that had it. I went over and played it. And like I said, it was the VMU and the controller kind of threw me off, but he had Sonic and he had Crazy Taxi, and those are the only games I ever played for it. Crazy Taxi Dreamcast. Let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Somebody's got to buy it now, free shipping, $25. That's not crazy. But some other guy is selling it for 110. So yeah, that's not a bad price. $16. And I think the local retro strites, I think they'll if it's all scratched up, they'll run it through their machine for a few bucks. Mo says Spider-Man was great on Dreamcast, but I haven't played in 20 years or so. Not sure if it holds up. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. We got the old CRTs, and I play with my kids, so I definitely get into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I was trying to get the Spider-Man for GameCube, but it was a lot of 4. There was Turok, Spider-Man, and then 2 other games I didn't care about, so I was going to flip the other 2 back on eBay. But I already got outbid, and that lot's already going for like $85. And I was like, that's just too much. It's crazy.
Wait, are we talking about the first movie Spider-Man game?
I'll tell you right now, because I don't know what was on Dreamcast, but the one I was bidding on for GameCube, is, let's see, it's a lot of. Oh, so it's actually 3 games, 1 empty case. So Star Fox Adventures is empty. They have Medal of Honor, which I have that on Xbox. So I would just sell that again. Turok, and it looks like the movie tie-in, because it looks like the movie Spider-Man. It just says Spider-Man GameCube.
Oh yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah. So and then they're at shipping is $10, and they're already at $56, and it ends tomorrow. So I was a little high, so $70, close to $70. I was just like, that's crazy, and it's an empty case I don't need.
I sold my Spider-Man game not too long ago. I didn't have Spider-Man 2. I just had Spider-Man 1. And by the time I figure out that Spider-Man 2 is such a great game, it is like too late. I moved on from GameCube and all that, and Xbox, and I remember seeing it at GameStop, for the Xbox, and I had an Xbox at the time, but I got something else in. I remember. No. I remember getting it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. It wasn't working, and that is the closest I ever gotten to playing that game. I got the disc, I got the game, but it was a used game, and it wasn't working. Yeah, it was very unfortunate.
For what system?
It was for the original Xbox. I will share a funny story. Spider-Man 2 is the only movie I ran out of the theater of, and not in the way you think. It was out of fear, not out of displeasure. Because that Doc Ock scene was super scary, and I was 4 years old when I watched it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that made me run out of the theater. And my parents claimed I also did something else, particularly in my pants, but I don't remember that.
Well, disavow.
Yes.
So Mo's over here. He says Spider-Man on Dreamcast was upgraded version of the PSX game. Okay, awesome. But then he says, yeah, some people don't trust me with a wrench on an account of so I'm something of a wrench tyrant.
Wrench tyrant.
Yep.
Yeah. The Spider-Man on the Dreamcast looked like it was so much better than the one on the PlayStation 1. It's like night and day. Same thing with you seen the Soul Reaver, it's kind of the same thing.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. The thing is a big jump up. I love that console.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to get into it. But collecting for it's going to be crazy expensive, so I'm probably just going to get a few of the games. If I find them for a great price, then definitely picking them up. But
yeah,
to actually actively look, it's probably not going to be too many games I'm going to actively look for.
I mean, honestly, too. I mean, if you find a good spot with ROMs, you can always just burn them on a CDR, too.
Yeah, I did that. Oh yeah. That's the one thing I did see that you could play it. Let's see. As we speak, I did download all of them.
Is Dreamcast that thing that you download on your PlayStation?
Or Dreamcast is a console. It's Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it's the thing that you just on your. I don't know. I heard something similar that you can do on PlayStation or Xbox, the modern ones, and you can download old games. You know?
Yeah, there's a way you can modify them and do that. But no, that's what this is. So, yeah, I do have Soul Reaver coming, Mo, because I played it for the PlayStation 2 and blown away at how crazy it was. So I got this broken one. It wasn't broken. I got the broken one finally coming with this adapter, and I just downloaded every single game that I think it's there. I haven't checked, but they claim it's every single game. It's a big file, like almost 250 gigabytes, and it's got, you know, the game in European, the USA version, the Japan version. You know, this one's in English, French, I don't know, whatever the hell, bunch of European titles here. So it's got a bunch of like Four Wheel Thunder, you know, all the way down to, how was it? Zombie Revenge.
Nice.
It was in Japan. So, so I've got all these games. So let's see, what was anything worth really getting on the system? Pretty much everything.
Zombies Revenge was fun. Any Capcom titles.
Yeah, everyone was talking about Marvel versus Capcom.
Any Capcom in general. The Dreamcast was built around the Naomi hardware, which Capcom was using in the arcades at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they were able to port like arcade perfect Street Fighter 3, Marvel vs. Capcom, like those fighting games, and the Power Stone, like the Capcom games are like arcade quality.
Okay.
You know, so any Capcom stuff is pretty neat. Any Sega stuff is definitely worth it. You know, Zombies Revenge is a fun little neat game. I think that came out in the arcade. You're like, it's like half beat 'em up, but you have a gun, so you're like fighting and you'll shoot, and then you have like it's kind of like Resident Evil. I think it's a House of the Dead spinoff, is what it is, and it's pretty neat. But yeah, there's a couple of I'm trying to think what else in there. Some real niche titles too.
Virtua Fighter, obviously.
Yeah, Virtua Fighter is good. Dynamite Cop is like, it's a beat 'em up in a time that like nobody did beat 'em ups, and it's a Sega beat 'em up, so it's like over the top, like you can grab anything from the environment, and even like a loaf of a baguette, and you're beating people up with a baguette and stuff. It's crazy.
Okay, so it's got Tomb Raider on here.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of these sucked.
I know they have, what was it, Chronicles and the Last Revelation, I think. Last
Revelation, and then the German version, which is Die Chronik. So I'm assuming that's the Chronicles one.
Mm.
And then, yeah, so then it's got Last Revelation Germany as well. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I played a lot of that for PS2.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Street Fighter 3. Oh, that was what I was telling you. So Street Fighter 6 is what they were playing. And there's whatever article was attached to it was saying that it's supposed to be like the best game of next year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just like, it looked fun. It definitely looked fun.
We'll see. Street Fighter's kind of been on the decline, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, since 2.
Yeah. No, 3's good.
Oh, is it good? I don't. I've only
ever
played 2 and Turbo.
Yeah, no, 3 is very good. 4 was good too. 5 was just weird. It was weird because they made it Sony exclusive for some reason. Mm-hmm. And then when it came out, like honestly, I mean, I haven't touched it. And then I got a copy in, and I was like, I never messed around with it, so I used it to test controllers when I get PS4s that come in the store. So I'm like, cool, man. I never put Street Fighter 5 in. Let's see what it looks like. You know, I put it in, and I use Street Fighter 4 to test PS3 controllers. So then I put 5 in, and I'm looking at this damn game with the shitty hand-drawn, like, cutscene type things. And I'm looking at the game itself. I'm like, dude, this was like 4.
Mm-hmm.
like actually I think 4 has more charm than this. This looks boring as shit, dude. I'm like, what? Like, dude, I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. But that's why when they showed 6, and it's like, sure, man, whatever. But yeah, 5 was when 5 launched, it wasn't even like finished. Like it was a complete mess until like a year and a half later, they finally like started adding content to it. There was like no story mode. There was nothing. You just had like, it came out, you had verses, and like that was it. And maybe online, there was no other modes, and then maybe training. So it's weird, man. It's weird. So and they made a PlayStation exclusive, which was stupid because none of the other ones were. So that didn't make any sense. And then who knows what they're gonna do with 6, but I like they're touting about, well, now you can make faces at the versus screen. I'm like, dude, you could do that in Soul Calibur 2. Like they came out in the fucking GameCube and the Xbox. Yeah. They're like, well, you could make faces at each other. I'm like, okay, cool. So they finally caught up with Soul Calibur 2. Good on them, I guess. Like, I don't know, man. And plus their character designs are just fucking trash, man. I don't know what the hell who they got designing characters over there, but they're just looking like butt now.
Really? Yeah. Mo says Power Stone games will probably be fun to play with your kid. What's Power Stone?
So Power Stone is like, imagine like kind of like I don't want to say a Smash Brothers, but it's like a top-down like fighting game where you fight on like a level, like an environment. You can like grab the chairs and throw them at each other, but you collect like in each character you collect like stones, and 3 stones will turn them into like a super powered version of their character. So like one dude's like a British pilot, and then when he gets the 3 stones, he turns into like this robot like biplane looking dude who can do super moves. So you kind of want to collect the Power Stones when you're fighting each other, and it's like a versus game pretty much, but it's like it's like an isometric 3D plane. So you're running up and down, and you could jump on different levels and stuff.
All right, yeah,
but it's fun. But 2, you can play co-op, which is nice. You can play through the story together.
Yeah, well, that sounds fun. I'll check it out. And like I said, I just downloaded all those, and they're not ROMs. They're all ISOs. And then the program for this board is supposed to read ISOs. So you're supposed to. It's not. That's why it's not supposed to be an emulator. It's supposed to read the file as if it was a disc, and so you're supposed to get better gameplay that way. I've done the ROM thing before, and I've done the emulation, and I didn't notice a difference. But I know like people in the modding world, get bothered by that one way or another.
I mean, I've only burned ISO, so I don't even know if you could burn ROMs and play ROMs. But unless maybe they're something else. On the Dreamcast, I've only done ISOs.
Well, this chip, it lets me put all the ROMs or the ISOs on the SD card. I plug the SD card into this chip, and then it just plays it as if it was a CD already.
Yeah, because even when you burn the discs, they're ISOs.
Yeah. So, but I know like on other systems, when you download the ROM and then you use the emulator to do it on your laptop, and you do it that way. And then when I jailbroke my PlayStation 3, everything I put on there, they were all ROMs. So, but no, this is all 100% ISOs.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, cool. And then let's see. It has.
I think what else? There's a Walt Disney racer that's supposed to be pretty good. I'm trying to think what other games are on there. I'm gonna have to look, see what I have. Mainly Capcom stuff is what I got though.
Oh, in your personal collection or at the store?
Oh, I'm in my personal collection.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Because that downloads Dreamcast.
I think I filled this page up.
All right, so this file I downloaded, and like I said, it's got some of the same games because they're Japanese and European and whatever. That's a cool page. Yeah. There's 571 files, and each file is a game.
Okay.
So how many games were there total in America?
I have no idea. Probably like 2 something maybe.
Because there was a whole bunch of files. This one just seemed to have the more complete section, so I downloaded it, and it looked like it had the games I was going to play anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I think like maybe it was Saturn. There was like either Saturn or Dreamcast over in Japan had like 1,000 titles.
Probably Saturn. Saturn was doing gangbusters over there, man. And here they're like, we don't think they're gonna like these side-scrolling games. You're like, you guys on crack? Like, we don't think they're gonna like these Japanese RPGs.
Yeah. Says there's 248 USA games, and it seems like there's 624 total.
Let me see if I still have my
because there is some like Australian exclusives, like 1 or 2, a couple European exclusives, and obviously some Japan exclusives.
Yeah, Saturn got shafted in the US by Mobigs.
Oh, Mobigs did it? Oh no, yeah, Mo says that. Yeah, no, it really did. And this was my experience, Mo. So I first saw the Saturn in the Toys R Us. It was there. I think it was Knights was playing. I thought it was really cool. I was excited for it. I was like, oh, I really wanted it. It was on my radar. And next thing I know, my buddy's like, hey, check out this Dreamcast. So like, yeah, I didn't know. I don't remember seeing marketing for it. I didn't know anybody who had one. And I only saw it in the Toys R Us, but then all of a sudden there was a Dreamcast.
Let's see. So this is a book done by the Dreamcast Junkyard back in like early 2000s, like to 2010, probably 2015. They were doing like it was a big YouTube channel talking everything Dreamcast. It was really neat. And so the head guy, did this book, The Ultimate Collector's Guide. Apparently, and it's one of the few times I've ever heard of Sega giving a shit, that he did this book and they made him stop.
Really?
So they made him stop. They made him stop selling it, which is like, what? Okay, it was very weird. So then he's like, so I was like, hey man, so hey, like, what if I just? He's like, I have a few copies. It's like, so what if I just like send you $20 and you just happen to send me something in the mail?
Yeah.
So this is a collector's guide, and it gives you all the Dreamcast releases. It gives you a couple of different lists, all of them. Then they do.
Yeah, it's weird because you could put that online, and they wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but he was selling a physical, and I think that was the big thing.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, they have English, they have they have European, they have US, they have Japanese, they have them all together, and then they have one. Here's an unlicensed game list that came out at the time. Ghostblade, Gunlord. Gunlord's pretty badass, but it's hard to find. You should see if you have like Gunlord on there. It might have been the collections of ROMs might not have some of these because these were releases that people did after the fact. And these guys, like the guys who did Fast Striker and Gunlord and Last Hope, they actually do what the hell is it called? They do Neo Geo games. Like they do big ass Neo Geo games, and they do them in limited quantities and stuff. But they don't do them for Dreamcast anymore. Well, they don't do them for Dreamcast because of the piracy. People would rip the ROM and then share it, so they stopped doing that. But
so this stops at Gundam, but like I said, there was a whole bunch of files. So they might be on there.
Yeah.
And some of those other ones. But each one is like, 100 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes. So like this was the one they had the most. And it seemed like it had a lot of everything. So I don't know. I'd look. I'd definitely look.
Let's see, number of different different North American games, 247, standard US releases, 245, special editions 4. Yeah. So around 247 is what they're saying here if you don't count. Let's see Japan. Here we go. Japan, number of different Japanese games, 496. Total number of all versions of Japanese releases, 669. Total number of Japanese exclusives, 360.
Wow.
The A list. Japanese games, like here's Japanese games for non-Japanese speaker, and they give you a whole list here that you can play that you don't need.
Gotcha.
You know.
Yeah, it's saying this file has 571 games, but there was so many doubles. Where like I'm looking at like 3 copies of GigaWing, US, Japan, and then another US version.
They have just 2 GigaWing games. So there's GigaWing 1 and 2.
Oh, that is okay. So GigaWing 2 is only in. Oh, okay. Here it is. Got it. So, yeah, GigaWing, Japan, US, GigaWing 2, Japan, US. Okay, there it was. I just.
If you get a really fun game is Expendable, and nobody really talks about it. It's like a top down. It's like a top down like Contra.
Yeah, Expendable.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's got the US version, but it's in English, French, something Italian. So I'm not very cultured. There's a whole bunch of letters.
See if you have Zero Gunner 2 on there.
Zero Gunner.
Oh, hey, big boy popped in. Cool, man.
Zombie Revenge is the only Z game.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'll be right back.
Sure. Mo Big say Expendable makes me wish Dreamcast controller had twin sticks for sure, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I never tried it with the twin stick controller. I always meant to like get one of those. He says, I was going to ask you, Mobiz, on what I should draw. Then I realized what your answer would be, and yes, I should. Mac and X is a good one. They have a train game. Then should they go to where you have a train controller?
Wait, a train controller?
Yeah, you're like what do you call it? Like a bullet train. You control the bullet train, and it has like the little, and you have to go pick up people and slow down with the little stick and stuff.
Wait a second. I think I played something like what you're saying. Like, there's so many different types of controllers. I remember a game where there was a snowboard game, and there was literally a snowboard that you have to balance on, and then there's a paintball game that literally gives you like a paintball gun controller. And I was
a good one.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I remember those games. I wonder what happened to them. The same thing with baseball. There was a baseball bat right before Wii Sports. Did Wii Baseball. This game had baseball. With a baseball controller.
I believe it. They had the fishing controller had motion control in it.
Yeah,
and you would be able to play Soul Calibur with the fishing controller. Not very good, but you can play it.
Mm-hmm.
And they honestly, they had, I think it was either the Dreamcast or they had, is it the Dreamcast or it was Saturn, but they have a prototype Wii controller that almost looks 1-for-1 like the Wii. Like they were going to do motion control. But that's Sega. They always were groundbreakers, man. Like even like they had the Sega channel that you can like play the games live on your Genesis, and then they had a modem for the Saturn, and then they had the Dreamcast was really the first home console that had you could go online and play with people.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It had a modem built in. People still go and mod their Dreamcasts so they can play Phantasy Star Online, Blue Burst.
I'm back. So I had to tell my kid that the floor was lava.
Oh.
Yeah, like in episode 3 when Anakin's like in the lava melting, that would happen to her if she didn't go back to sleep. And that actually worked.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah, she decided she wanted to get up and hang out. I said, absolutely not. You got to go to bed. But it's the heat, man. It's so freaking hot in here. I wouldn't be able to sleep either.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the work order went in for the air conditioning, so they said a couple days. So I was just like, oh, great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's miserable here, man. So did I miss anything good?
No, I just was talking about some games, but nothing off the, nothing too crazy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, some games are childhoods,
Gotcha.
Yeah, let me see what I got. Hold on. Let's see what I got here. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah. So I had all my shmups, all my shoot 'em ups. They're all right here above my head because my plan was to stream from here games, and one of my TVs rotates so I could play them in vertical mode like the arcade.
Yeah.
So I have all my shooters here on the shelf. I just never moved them yet.
Gotcha.
So let's see. Cannon Spike is a pretty neat one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's another Capcom one where you could play as Cammy from Street Fighter, Charlie from Street Fighter. They have a robot version of Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts, and like some other characters, but it's like a shooter. You're like they put you on a map, they fill it with bad guys, and you shoot all the bad guys on the map. It's like top down.
Okay.
And then they throw a boss at you and stuff. And it's 2 players. That one's kind of fun. Mega Man's in it too. It's probably my favorite shooter of all time, Mars Matrix on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
This one's really neat. It's hard. It's really hard, but the cool thing about it is so pretty much your score is like currency. So the higher score that you get, you just keep collecting money, and then you can unlock. Like you can unlock easy mode. You can unlock more lives. You can unlock more continues. You could start with a superpowered ship. So you're kind of like the replayability. You're building up your stuff so then you can actually try and beat the game. So that was neat. Here's Gigawing. Gigawing's really good. But yeah, some of these are super. Just like
so how
hard.
You said you were going to do it there with that. How do the light guns work on a not CRT?
They don't.
So how are you going to do it?
Oh, these are like arcade shooters, like Gradius.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Arcade shooters. I thought you were talking about light gun shoot 'em ups.
Yeah, no, shmups or shoot 'em ups are like Gradius or Galaga or like.
I got what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I got it. Okay.
So, Gunbird 2 is a really good one too.
Gotcha.
You might like to play that. I mean, I'm not sure if your daughter might be able to pick this one up because it has multiple difficulties on it.
If there's murder, death, kill, she's all about it.
Yeah, and they give you like 7 characters to play as.
Yeah,
which is cool. And each character has their own shot pattern and their own like special bomb.
So we picked up Battlefront for $4 on the PlayStation 4, but I don't have PS4, but I got the 5. Haha. And she was picking that up just fine. She thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I mean, she's not great at it, but then she's like, I died again. Ha ha ha. I'm like, that's not the point. But she's just glad to play. And then just the fact that she could play as Vader and run around and whip out a light, to her, that's the coolest thing in the world. So
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, we've been playing the Switch. My daughter has been playing Kirby. She really likes Kirby.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to collect whatever I can get for cheap, but I'm not gonna pay crazy money. That's why I got them all on the downloads there. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Was that X-Men game any good? Let's see, Beats of Rage.
That's like a homebrew.
Oh, is it? Well, it's on here. Is all I'm asking.
Let's try it.
I didn't mean to go there. I meant to look at the Saturn stuff.
Oh,
so I mean, I'm not gonna pay $15 for a homebrew. No, I meant to look at Saturn, but I typed in Dreamcast because I had a question while you were here. Yeah, though, and you got my message. I told you that those crazy prices for those NES games. So what had happened was both of them, they had one copy of each. I sent you. It was like one was like 200 and something, and then the other one was like closer to 240 something. These old NES cartridges. And then when I went back, they had gotten them in. So because they had one behind it, and the one behind it still had that crazy price.
Okay.
So, but even though the second ones that they got in, those were still kind of expensive, but the price was changed. Let's see, what was it? So it was Warrior Dragon and Final Fantasy for the NES. One was over 200, and the other one was about 240 something. And then they were dropped down to not crazy prices, but the one was 19, and Final Fantasy was 44. But the week before I was in there, I'm talking over $200 for both of those games.
That's weird.
Well, I told you, they're kind of shady. They have a second store, but it's called something different, so they're acting like their own competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely shady. All right, so I can get. Hold on, let's see. Go into Japan. I think I'm just gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna live there.
Yeah.
Though it all depends. Like, I know my brother, I sent him some stuff and I was like, hey, can you find these for me? He's like, dude, they're expensive. I'm like, shit, okay, they know. They know now.
Oh yeah. There is stuff because I do remember looking just a few years ago and it was great. But then there is still stuff that's still great, but
Yeah.
there is stuff. The prices are starting to creep up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because what I paid for that Orange Spice GameCube is about what they were asking for a GameCube here at the retro store, but it's not Orange Spice. So, and it doesn't play Japanese games. So that was the thing. Let's see. So Japan consoles, Sega Center C bundle. Because the one bundle I was looking at, there was a couple of them. The one was about what you said, it was about 180, between 150 and 180 for a whole bunch of stuff. In Japan. So figure the $50 for this one for shipping. So you add that in, it puts you in that price range. So they're asking 123 plus $50, and you're getting console in the box, 10 games, 1, 2, 3 controllers, and the cords to connect it. And then another bundle, 15 games, 2 controllers in the box, $160, and then $50 shipping.
Which console is this?
The White Saturn.
White Saturn's pretty dope.
Well, see, and that's my thing is I do love them, and there's so many consoles that I like the Japanese version better, but for some freaking reason, and I don't know if it's because I never had it or I never even really got to play it, is I really want the black one. I want the American version. But there's so many other ones. Like I just went and got the orange GameCube from Japan because I thought it was cooler than the ones we got. What did we get? We got silver, indigo purple, and black.
Yeah.
And then there was probably a special edition at some point. See, 6 games, 1 controller, no box, 2 light guns for $180. Free shipping.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
See, bless you. And I got the CRT, so I can play the light guns all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Then there's a special edition Saturn here, and they're asking $160 for it. It comes with 2 controllers, 7 games, but it's the box was the 1 million units sold box.
Oh.
So it's like a gold box. It looks different, and so it's for them in Japan. It was a special edition. Just a gold looking box. I don't think the console's gray.
Oh, okay.
Which I've seen a bunch of the gray consoles, so I don't know like if it was at that point they switched to gray or if at the time in Japan they had both colors. I don't know. But I've only ever seen the gray one. I think there's a special edition one. I'll look it up in just a second.
There's a see-through.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they're asking $400 for that one.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's called Derby Stallion Skeleton Limited Edition Clear Black Bundle Working Japan. Oh, that's why it's expensive. It's a US seller. So it's somebody that already snagged it up. Selfish jerks. Yeah, it's like some derby thing with it's got horses on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that is a special edition then.
Yeah.
Because they have like the one that says "This is cool" and it's like a see-through and it comes with a weird controller or the controller, but the controller has a bunch of different button like colors on the buttons and stuff.
This has all that too, but the box even has this derby thing on it. So it's like a racing game with like a jockey and a horse.
Oh, okay.
And then it's all in Japanese, and that's right on the box. And then it says that there's stickers, and then there's the box, the paper of stickers. The person has removed a couple of the stickers, and they've applied them to the console. So that's what they were for. So actually, you could have this without the sticker on there on the thing. It's just that's all it is, and so it was part of that. Because obviously, I'd like it without the sticker. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Another one here. The controller has got some yellowing on it. $180, free shipping, 2 controllers, 2 light guns, 2 games. So, but even then, I still can't get that here in America for those prices.
Yeah. And I think you probably can, you said the action replay cartridge.
I thought somebody was saying that. And then, here, free shipping, $140. It's the gray console with a box, 3 games. It's the light guns. The light guns put you over. And and a lot of people don't know this, but the light guns that they had over in every country but America, even back with the original Nintendo, actually looked like real guns.
Yeah.
And Gunslinger came with a little holster. So you could wear the holster as a kid, like the cowboy gunslinger, and pull out the real looking revolver. And then we got this stupid zapper because the whole gun culture thing that they've been trying to wipe away since before we were born.
Yeah, even the what was it, the Saturn one's black.
Yep. Yeah. So I will be and then because of that, the collector market, those are expensive on their own. I've seen those original NES pistols for the Famicom over there for about $1,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, so I think that's the thing. I think I'm going to get a Dreamcast from Japan. And
Dreamcast or Saturn?
Or Saturn. I keep calling it Dreamcast. I'm going to get a Saturn from Japan. And obviously it's going to be the best price. Best looking console I can get for the best price with the most amount of games. So the best deal is pretty much what I'm going to do. So probably want the white one, but I would take the gray one any day of the week. But I really want the black, the black American version. Yeah, I don't think you can beat this bundle. 15 games, 2 controllers. From what it looks like, no yellowing on the console, mint condition, white console, 2 controllers, 1 weird one. Oh, it's an aftermarket, but I've seen this a lot. So maybe this was a legit aftermarket for them. The third-party aftermarket controllers here, I always hated them.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any of them that really are good, but so they have the original Sega controller, which I love, but then they have this other one called Optec SS Pro Commander.
Huh.
It has an LCD screen in it, but it has the turbo mode, slow, play, edit. So it's like a cheat controller because it gives you an edit option and slow modes. And instead of giving you your traditional 6 button, it has 7 buttons.
Mo Biggs asked, remember Entertech toy guns?
Yeah, man. Those were great. Were those the water guns?
Oh, they're the water guns that looked real?
I think so. I think they were.
Put the batteries in them?
Yeah. They don't have that stuff anymore.
Oh, I can understand why.
Trying to get rid of gun culture here. So the scary toy guns. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those were because my friend had one like that where it was like the black Uzi. It was a water gun and it had batteries, and you pull the trigger and it would make the machine gun noise as you're shooting water, and then the water would come out in bursts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says yes. Yeah, those were cool, man. Here, I'll pull one up. Yeah, but then I remember the black ones, but then Entertech has the multicolored, looks like a 1911. I remember those too, but I do remember the black one. I pulled it up if you want to share it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there's those. My friend had the Uzi looking one, but then I also remember this neon green. It looks like a 1911. I remember that. Yeah, I always wanted this. My mom was like, "No, you can't," because she was also afraid of guns. Yep. No, I don't remember this one. Virtual toy chest. Enter-track motorized squirt guns. And it looks like a rocket launcher.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I was like, don't remember that one. But it was this one right here. This version. This is the one my friend had. It looked like an Uzi. And I was just like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because
those are pretty neat.
Because you have that, and then you go play Rambo. Yeah.
The important thing was to not take the squirt guns into a store or point them at a cop.
Yeah.
And that was there was a movie I just watched with not Kevin Bacon, Christian Slater, and it was that whole premise of the movie. He goes into they go on the run for some reason, and then they go into a store and they steal a toy gun, and then they use that toy gun to pretend they're holding people hostage and stuff. And then so there's this like statewide manhunt for them, and it was all with a toy gun. And I remember back then the little 6-shooter pistols, the revolvers that were chromed out or nickeled out, and they were metal. And then you put the little caps in there, and you pull the trigger, and little cap guns were like that too. They were very realistic when we were kids. Well, I mean, as realistic as you can get. Like now, they're all neon colored and stupid.
Yeah.
I remember buying one.
I went to a toy store in North Carolina. They still had the chromed out ones.
Let's see. Legend of Billie Jean. Yeah. I just watched that one because I just picked it up. It was one of the few movies I hadn't seen. And so, yeah, that was a good one. Because then in the movie, Christian Slater plays the brother to this chick. Her last name was Slater, I think, too, and they weren't related. Let's see. There's fair. Yep. Yeah, that was a fun movie. I liked it.
Hashtag fair's fair, says Mo Big.
Yep, fair's fair. Yeah, some of these were pretty freaking cool, man. I bet you
Helen Slater.
Yeah, Helen Slater. That's right. Yeah, but then because like I even always thought that they were brother and sister, and they weren't. Let's see. Enter Tech water guns. Let's see if we can get these on eBay. Brand new in the package, the little pistol one. Somebody's asking $235 for it.
Oh wow.
Yep. Loose. $50, $60, $75, $100 for that green pistol one. That was the cooler looking one, even though it was neon green.
Yeah.
That was the cooler looking one. And I'm just saying, like, I would just love to play with these as a kid, man. The now, I mean, the Super Soakers is still fun, but I mean, those were fun because you weren't at that point. You weren't just having a water gun war. At that point, you were in battle. You were playing Rambo. Oh, that is right. She did play Supergirl. I just got that one last year for my kid. She's watched it once or twice, and that was one I remember watching when I was a kid too. I forgot that was her.
Tarx9 says, I want the gold PS4 from Taco Bell and the Arkham City PS3 contest prize signed by the developers at Rocksteady Games.
How much is that?
I don't know.
I remember they were giving out those Taco Bells. Let's see. Gold Taco Bell.
Did you ever see that the gray PS4?
Yeah.
It was like the gray PS4 that when you turned it on, it did the OG PlayStation startup from PS1.
No, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, it was like gray like the PS1. They did like 1,000 of them or something like that, like 10,000 or 1,000 of them. Right. And when you turned it on, instead of it doing like it would do the PlayStation startup with the and do the triangle and stuff like the original PlayStation 1 startup. Yeah, it was pretty badass. Cool.
Yeah, I remember they did an anniversary one. I just didn't know it did that startup. Yeah, so let's see. The Taco Bell gold one, I'm not seeing anything where it's signed. A sealed one, Tarx9, is 2,000.
Damn.
A open one is just under 1,000 from Australia.
1,000 didgeridoos.
Yeah, the didgeridoos there. dollar reduced. Limited edition Taco Bell PS4, $1,300 their best offer. $1,200 mint sealed. Some of those though, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just not feeling these poses.
Yeah, some of those I have no freaking clue.
Well, the Arkham City game, let's see. Tarx9 says, I have the Arkham Knight PS4 and the Spider-Man PS4 Pro. And he says the Arkham City game is signed, not the PS4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are still crazy prices though.
They announced that Shredder's Revenge Collector's Edition, and I missed it. But I guess they're saying it's coming out. Well, it's coming with like a Shredder figure and all kinds of shit.
Oh wow!
What?
Yeah, like an exclusive Playmates Shredder figure, and then I think a book and all types of stuff.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, I don't know if I need all that. I just want the physical.
Yeah.
The other one, I was getting the whole package for the other one. Did you pre-order that one or no?
No, not yet.
No. Oh, and speaking of pre-orders, I just found out if you back something on Kickstarter, it said that it didn't take your money until it gets funded.
Oh, okay.
So it's an easier go at it on Kickstarter as to I'm going to give you some of my money because you actually don't give them the money unless it gets funded. Is what the one thing I was reading. I don't know if that was all the campaigns or specifically that one I just happened to read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was something that's pretty interesting because that was the nice thing about the Amazon is it was like you pre-order anything on Amazon, it's just done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my poses weren't coming out that good on that. Sad and disappointed.
Let's see. Yeah, so Tarx9 has the Arkham Knight PS4 and the Spider-Man PS4. So I had the Spider-Man PS4 Pro, and then I told my wife I'd sell it if I got the PS5. That was that. But so I did, and I got probably about $350 out of it. So it wasn't bad. It just did.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Balanced out the cost of getting the PS5, and then but as far as the retro systems, I think I want to start collecting like some of the cooler Japanese stuff. Like it was just all the Nintendo 64s were just very, very colorful, and it seems like they're a lot better taken care of over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones I find here, crazy beat up. Like what do we have over here? I know we had the purple one, we had that green one, the emerald green one.
Oh, for 64s?
Yeah. What other colors did they have?
There's 9.
What?
I think there's 9 of them. Let's see. There's like 8 or 9 the fantastic colored ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got the purple. There's the ice blue. There's the orange. There's the watermelon. There's the green. I won't count the original black. There's a gold one.
Yeah.
I already said purple, right?
Yeah.
And I got the ice one. Huh? Maybe there's 6 or 7. I feel like I already got the orange. I'm trying to think which ones I've had in the store, so that's what I'm like.
Yeah, let's see.
Pretty much every color that they have the controllers for. Well, hey, Comics with Drew. Hey, El Chad. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy? All right, so here is the.
Hey, Mo Biggs.
I'll pull this in. So we had this, but then the Japanese ones have this like. It's like a two-tone, so all the bottoms were like this like pearl white color, and I just like that. So
yeah, it looks sharp.
Yeah, let's see. Share the screen. Share screen. 4 colors. There we go. Share the screen. All right, so yeah, that one, it has that like two-tone on the bottom, and then the boxes were pretty neat, and they had a couple different colors. But then you look over at what we had.
Oh, the teal! I forgot about the teal. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we had this, and I think you're right. I think it was every single color that there was the controllers here.
Yeah.
So there's the orange, the green, the red, the purple.
Okay, so there was 6.
Teal. Huh?
Yeah, there was 6, but then there was also a gold. So that's 7.
Yeah.
And if you want to include the original one, there's 8 different.
Gold. So it was fire, smoke, ice, gold, grape, jungle, black, watermelon.
Yeah, the watermelon's dope in person.
Yeah, I like red, so watermelon probably would have been it. And the gold's pretty cool. But I think Japan had a gold one too.
Yeah, I think they do have one that's like, maybe it might be under, like the same thing. The bottom is.
Yeah, but see, look at it. It's basically the same watermelon color, but just that two-tone, man. It just adds a little flair. So I think I'm going to start collecting them. And they're not a crazy price. Like, it's even trying to get like a regular 64 here. You know, they're kind of getting up there in price, but these still weren't, even with a box. I didn't think they were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Oh yeah, and then I know there were some of these like crazy controllers. These are like crazy expensive. Like, what does this go? Oh, I don't know where that's gonna take me. This Donkey Kong controller there. I know I've seen that for like
the banana one.
A lot of money. Yeah. And these Pikachu ones. I don't know if they were a Japan only thing, but yeah, those I wouldn't want that. But I know people go nuts over them. Yeah, so anyway, my point is if you're going to spend extra money on this already and it's a special edition, I've seen so many of these on eBay and even in stores where like these special edition colors, they're all junked up. They're all like gross and like dirty and, you know, scratched up and stuff. And I never understood that.
Yeah. A lot of people just didn't take care of their stuff here. You know, you throw it in a shed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I actually had to turn one away the other day. A guy brought it to me, and I looked at it, and I looked inside, and just tons of dead bugs. I'm like, listen, I can't take this, man. So I didn't have any, but I was like, I can't take this. Like how bad this is, I can't take it. You're like, oh, really? Why? I'm like, it's dirty, man. I can't. All right.
Yeah.
You're like, if I clean it, can I bring it back? I'm like, no. No, because you're dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
And you'll just bring whatever nasty shit back to my store. You can't. No. Like, I'm good, man. Thanks.
Yeah. The gold one here was a Toys R Us exclusive. It had 2 controllers, and somebody's selling that for $2,000.
Oh, Jesus.
And in the box. $700 for the boxed emerald green one. It came with Donkey Kong as a game pack in. So $700 here. But then again, I'm looking at these same things, the special editions in Japan. And let's see. And they're not that crazy,
lockout.
Man.
It's just a physical lockout. It's super easy to get around too.
Oh, I know. You don't even have to. I mean, the part is $7, a little plastic thing, but you can just take that. You don't even have to spend the $7. You just take the part as long as you got the game bits, which I do.
The cool thing is like they make them in different colors, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I got a red one in my cart because I was looking at getting that watermelon one.
Yeah, so you can be like, oh, cool. You get like if you look in there, it'll be a different color than just the shitty gray.
Let's see. Complete inbox. Japan. So I told you $2,000 for the one, $700 for the other one. The gold one in Japan, someone's asking $280.
Yeah.
So it's still way better than $2,000, but it's, you know, that's expensive for what it is. And the Japan one only came with 1 controller, and this is only a recent price because I remember looking at that originally. It was in the $100 range, $150 range tops. But you can get a working black console, Japan, $125. $12 shipping, complete in box. Looks like it's in mint condition. The box isn't beat to hell. Let's see. Yeah, some of these are expensive now, but they didn't used to be. Like $650 for that stupid Pikachu one. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, that one's really hard to find.
Well, I think it was only in Japan. That's the thing, but it made it wider, and because it had Pikachu on the side, the whole console was like way bigger.
Yeah, they have ours is blue, theirs is orange. I think they might have done a blue one too, but I think they have two there. They have an orange one, and you turn it on. When you turn it on, his foot is the power button, and his cheeks light up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so
cute.
it was a Hey You Pikachu edition.
I didn't know we had them here. I've just seen it in this Japanese section here.
Yeah, it's actually pretty. It's pretty cool. But I don't know. I think it might be. I want to say it's the same size.
Okay.
So I think I've raffled 2 of them off before. So the problem is having the matching controller. Because the matching controller is red and not red, blue and yellow. I think it's like a 2-tone. Top is blue, the bottom is yellow, and then it says "Hey You Pikachu" on it. So that's the hard part, is having the controller. I feel like the controller is probably more rare than the console.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, okay. So it says we had this blue one. They had a blue one, but I think it's a different blue.
Yeah, that one's a huge one. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a fatty Pikachu on that sucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's huge. It makes the whole console bigger.
Huge, man.
So this is what we had. Was this one, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it has Pikachu and but he's the power button, so it's not as big.
Yeah, so these were big. I don't want to click on those, but yeah, this is what I'm looking at here. That's going to take you to a YouTube thing. It's going to take you to Reddit. Any of these are just going to show me a picture of it? It'll take me to a website.
Oh, maybe it was bigger. No, I don't remember Pikachu being that damn big, though. Let's see.
Yeah, there's the controller. That's what I remember. I remember seeing this, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos about gamers and game collecting, game streamers, and all that stuff. And this has come up a few times, and a lot of the girl collectors that collect stuff that's like their prized possession is these consoles.
It is, yeah. Maybe it is bigger. Shit.
Yeah, it made the whole thing bigger.
Japan. Damn it! I want the U.S. one. I don't want this foreign shit.
Yeah, these custom jobs, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't sit right. It's wider, takes up more space. It's cool if you're into Pokemon, Pikachu, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as collecting, I don't need to have it.
Yeah, maybe it is bigger. Yeah. No, I think it is, man. I was wrong.
So you had these?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever remember seeing them here. I only saw them in this thing looking to collect the Japanese stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's see. And then let's see. And then as far as that, they had that disk drive they went underneath.
Yeah, the 64DD.
Yeah, and then we never got it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive because of collectors and people wanting it over here. So that's always been expensive. The cheapest thing I found here, but this one has stuff with it. So I don't know as far as games or whatever. It's a whole thing, cartridges, controllers, a whole bunch of stuff. But they're asking $1,800 for it.
Yeah, I want to. There's not that many.
No,
I think
because I don't think there was many over there either.
No, there's not that many. Period. I want to say maybe 50 or something. There's not a lot of them, and it's not.
I know that we didn't get it over here, and there might have been a prototype or something somewhere. Because I know they find prototypes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, there's not many at all. I want to say maybe 10. There's not. And there's 3 games for it. There's a Mario Paint, there's F-Zero editor, and I think something else.
Yeah, no. So that's something I would want to get. See, and I've said this before. It's when I've gotten a console, even growing up, and you see all the expansion ports, and then they never get used. I was always disappointed by it. But then I always remember how ugly and shitty like the Sega ended up looking with like the Sega CD attached and then the 32X plugged in, and it was just like this monstrosity with all the attachments. But like some of the other things, like how the 64DD worked and how it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty badass, and you know, we just didn't get a lot of that type of stuff. So the 64DD, they said it was a commercial failure, but they sold 15,000 units in Japan.
Oh, okay.
So they exist, but I don't think they sold any here.
No.
It was never released outside of Japan, and most games that were planned were never released.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know actually how many games there were, but they did make 15,000 of them. So in the collector market, like you have to think like worldwide collectors of all this stuff already, there's probably more than 15,000 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only so many of those things. So that definitely fetches a higher price tag. And then the thing is, like, most of us would never even use it, even if you had a game for it.
Yeah.
Because I did watch a guy who had one of these and had a prototype, because somebody had a prototype and somebody had a working one, and then they actually got a prototype game and they were trying to see if it would work, and I don't remember the video. If you're interested, there's Metal Jesus Rocks. He's a game collector, and so that's where I saw that on.
Yeah,
and they were getting prototypes in and stuff, and that was just really cool.
He's such a double-edged sword, because he's like, all his videos are like hidden gems, and you're like, shit, now all these games are gonna shoot up, not have a chance to get them yet, you know, because you'd be like, hidden gem, Gunstar Heroes. I'm like, that's a hidden gem. It's a fucking $75, $80 game at that time. You know, you're like, dude, yeah, of course it's a hidden gem, dude. Like, we all know it's good. It's not really a hidden gem. You just, so then it's like, it fucking shoots up. You're like, God damn it.
It always goes through the roof anytime he makes a video.
Yeah, it's like,
and
fucking Metal Jesus, man.
He lives in Seattle, so he's been like at the home base of all the Microsoft stuff. You know, and then like he's been able to find some cool stuff. I just saw this one that he had somebody on that lived in the area that was a friend of his that picked up this like crazy Xbox that's like a single only one. They were doing these like crazy ideas with these prototypes for the shells. And when they released the Halo shell, the green one, it was like see-through.
Yeah.
Well, they had this prototype of an orange one because it was supposed to be launched not just specifically for like the Halo, but the whole idea was the Xbox Live.
Okay.
So they were going to do the logo in the green for the one and then the orange for the other. And they were going to be Halo editions, but it was for the Xbox Live. And then they never did the orange, but they had made the prototype, they made the case, and the other guy that worked there that actually put the Halo stamp on it said, "Hey, I really like the orange. Can I have it?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem." So he finished it as if it was real. The only thing that's missing from it is the production sticker on the bottom that says, you know, all your warning stuff and all the stickers that are on the bottom. But everything else about it is 100%. And it was his own personal Xbox. He got to take it home and have it. But then it ended up in a garage sale. And so this guy, literally just a game collector, game guy, picked it up thinking it was an aftermarket case. And then when you start seeing that it had Halo on there, he put it on the forums. The guy that actually made that case got a hold of him, called him personally, got in touch with him, showed him like background pictures of when he worked there and like actually him holding that plastic orange case. So that 100% verified that it's like a one only in the world, and he's been offered so much money for it and he won't part with it. Like he's been offered like retire for life money.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's been
my Xbox.
What?
I said, we're like, buy Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I would say. But
I got bills.
He said that the price was so high, he's embarrassed to say it. Like it's like one of those things. And he said there are very rich collectors out there. That's all he said about it. So you could just imagine. Yeah. Like, because if who else in the right mind wouldn't go, oh, somebody offered me $50,000 for it. He said he was too embarrassed to offer. And I think that's also like a don't come to my house and try to steal it kind of thing. Oh. I think it's one of those because he said there's a lot of very rich collectors out there, and it's the only one in the world.
Odin, what's up, my man?
What is up, fella?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Odin's here now. I can play Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah, nice. You're waiting for me.
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Oh wow!
Hail Ming.
Hail Ming.
Yeah,
dude, I'm doing a Ming intro. I was trying to have it done by today.
Oh no shit.
I'm working on intros too, and I just always forget. And
It's like Ming and fucking heavy metal music and shit.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Like yeah.
See, Flash gets Queen, Ming gets metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's YouTube on YouTube metal. So it's YouTube.
Oh yeah, they're
metal.
stock metal.
Yeah.
YouTube stock metal. Oh well.
Yeah.
It'd still be cool. Yeah, no, I just got back and yeah, I totally misread your tweets, man. I think it's because you tagged me in the ones that were like, we're going live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw those first. I'm like, oh, notifications. And then I was scrolling and I saw, oh, we might not do it tonight. My StreamYard and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember it mentioned that. So I just thought it was off. And I went to the movies. So
oh yeah. What'd you see?
The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Tuesday's always the like I say, I've told you guys a bunch of times, $2.50 movie nights, and it's always some older movie, and yeah, it was fun. Yeah. There's people dressed up like the dude. You know, it's kind of a fun environment because everybody there's already seen the movie. You know, you're not there unless you've seen it. So people dressed up like the dude, everybody like booing and laughing at the, you know, everybody knows the parts to do it. And so it's more of a fun environment, kind of like when we do a watch stream or something. So
yeah, no, it sounds cool.
Yeah, this is a blast. So yeah,
just got number.
Oh, hey,
wow.
What's up, man?
Hi. I was not expecting to be on.
Oh,
what's up, Drew?
There's already like 4 people here. So.
I do what I want, man.
Yeah, you do what you want. Whatever. So this is a new angle of my studio. Yay! So
I like that.
It's debuting on JBot's channel. You're getting your value in this live stream.
But you'd live stream away from your drafting table.
Well, normally what I do is I turn this around and then put my monitor and all my stuff on it that way.
Oh, okay.
And so that way you get the close up of the background. But
that makes sense.
It's in the middle of the week, and my actual work job here is here. So I just decided, like, you know, I'm gonna put my camera here and make sure I don't have anything that is untoward. And I've got it sanitized, and I picked up all my garbage, and now we're good to go. So
awesome.
Looks nice and clean, man.
Not nearly as cool as yours or 80s or Dragon's background, or even Odin with the transparent drafting table.
Well, I got a transparent, but I usually have the map of the world behind me when I'm showing my face.
Yeah, but
which makes me feel like a villain. I kind of like it.
I feel like he hijacked a classroom.
Yeah.
I've had that thought myself.
I should put my kids' artwork up there, and it would definitely look like a classroom.
Yeah.
So you guys been talking about video game consoles?
Yeah. It's kind of whatever.
I have,
you know how it goes, man.
I kind of hijacked the show and was talking about game consoles all night.
That's okay, man. I've hijacked your show so many times. We can hijack other people's shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually never had an N64, but you just picked up a Dreamcast. Now, did you get that working or not?
I did.
You did?
Oh, nice.
I did, yeah. $40, it works. And somebody gave me a thumbs down.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nintendo fans.
Yeah, I got a thumbs
Jealous.
down. That's pretty much what I laughed. I said,
Sega does what Nintendo don't, man.
Huh?
That's the Sega does what Nintendo don't, bro.
That's very true. It's very true. I got that, and then I did just pick up today an actual real broken one. The guy says it's broken, says it doesn't read discs, but this one didn't read discs either. So I got a second one, and I got that one for $42 and some change.
Oh, wow.
So and that one that's shipped. So that one, because I picked up the GDMU card and the hole filler, and then it just has a ribbon cable that connects the two, and then I could put all the games on an SD card, and I could just play off that, and so that one's coming. But yeah, awesome. I do have a Dreamcast, a fully working Dreamcast, and I did get it working, and the disc drive works. It came with the football game 2K.
Yes,
it is. Yeah,
it was a good football game.
See, the thing is, I've never been a sports game guy. I've never been a sports guy in general, but sports games, I never got into them. So I have it. It came with it. So I was able to test it and worked, and I played for a little bit, but I did order Soul Reaver, and that's on the way.
Yeah.
You should get Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur's very good.
I've played Soul Calibur. That's a good one. And there's a couple that I will try to find, but as far as like ordering any more online, I'm probably going to stay away from that unless I find like a crazy deal. Especially with this, I'm going to have every single game ever, including the Japanese and European versions. So I'll be able to do that. But as far as actually collecting the discs, I'm going to go back to my old way of, if I find it in the wild, that's awesome. And there is a retro game store near me, and if it's something I really wanted and the price is great, I will. Or I might just have to drive down to South Carolina and hit up JBot. I'm like, hey, brother, let me go.
Well, Dreamcast has a pretty small library comparatively speaking to other consoles. So if you actually wanted to collect it, it's pretty collectible that way. So.
It's pretty collectible that way, but it's starting to get crazy expensive. Like
prices
prices are just
pretty bad.
And because I want to collect everything else, and it's not just the niche of video games, and it's everything: comics, statues, movies. It's so many things I do collect. I spread myself a little thin, but it is doable in the volume aspect of it.
Yeah, I've got some video games I don't play. I've got some 3DS games, and I'm thinking maybe I can sell some of these and get some omnibuses, you know. And then they're Pokemon games, so you sell them, and then for whatever reason, Game Freak, I guess it's Game Freak, right? That makes those games. They screw up the saves on them so that they don't really work on other 3DS consoles. So I actually did sell a Pokemon. I actually sold this game, Pokemon Platinum.
Okay.
And I mailed it all the way to California. And this kid, it was a kid who bought it, right? I could tell because of the way he wrote his emails to me. But but he put it out and he's like, did you sell me a broken game? And I'm like, what the hell? What are you talking about? And because I tested it before I sold it. And he showed, he like recorded video of it, and it was like a corrupted save. I'm like, what the hell? And so I refunded it, emailed it back, and I plugged it in, and sure enough, it started screwing up on my own 3DS after I cleared the save on it. I was like, why would you make a game like this that you don't have like multiple save slots or something? But so that taught me a lesson. It's like, you cannot have comics, you must collect video games from now on. You will never be able to sell them. So maybe I can sell Justice League brickheads. So we got lots of those.
There you go.
Speaking of I would say if you had the money for all the crap that you ever bought in your life, you just have more money for new crap.
Yeah,
that's true. And the only reason we live in houses is so we can store our shit.
That's very true. That is very true, because you go camping for a week, and sometimes you think like, man, I could do this for a long time. And I'm like, I like my shit at home.
Yeah,
it's true.
The shower thing gets.
I want to make you big, Odin. Let's see what you're working on.
Oh yeah.
Boop.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope picture.
Yeah, just another piece. Is this going to be a possibly a cover, or just
possibly a cover?
Art?
Yeah, so I made a video talking about like trying out different logos basically for the title, and I wanted to do something that felt kind of like an homage to the Tales from the Crypt and EC Comics and all the old stuff. And then so I was gonna basically cut it off at the top here, so it's a big block at the top, which was definitely a thing they did in the old days. So that's why the image doesn't bleed into the lettering. And then watched Demon Knight recently, and I thought my character is like my narrator. He kind of looked like Billy Zane from Demon Knight. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go full bore, I'm just gonna draw him like Billy Zane all the time. So that's this guy. He basically looks like Billy Zane, but he's my narrator. He's the one who introduces the stories and stuff. So
is he the Tombstone Billy Zane or the Back to the Future Billy Zane?
Neither of those. He's the Demon Knight Billy Zane. He's the Titanic Billy Zane.
He's the Titanic Billy Zane.
Which I never saw. I just know he's in it.
Wait, you've never seen Titanic?
I've never seen it. I mean, I know the premise because everybody talks about it. Like, I know there's a line like, draw me like your French girls.
Well,
yeah, and then
you can do that, Odin. You can actually do that.
Well, I've seen some great memes where he's drawing like Fartzilla and stuff like that while she's sitting there posing all. Yeah.
Well, Odin, you have a brilliant opportunity. you can do an authentic reaction video to Titanic as
That's true.
Last white guy.
Yeah. We are not watching Titanic on Monday.
Right. No, I'll do this one separate.
Yeah. Okay.
See, that's why.
No, I thought you were going to say I have an opportunity to paint or to draw a girl on a sinking ship or something like
you could do
that. You
but...
could totally hook up with a engaged chick.
You can just put a hole in your boat and start drawing a picture.
I think there's room on this for both of us.
Oh man, ridiculous. So
I've never seen it, but I know all the tropes of it. That's the weird part.
So I saw it in theater, and it was great because I was right at the right age where I loved boobies, and you got to see naked boobies.
Oh yeah,
it was really awesome because my mom really wanted to see it, so we went there as like a family movie, and we almost never went to the movie theater, but it was so great because it was like the one time that she couldn't be stupid and go cover your eyes. It's like all boob, all for me.
The Phantom Billy Zane.
There you go.
Phantom Billy Zane is the best
like
Billy
that.
Zane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I think he's bald in that. As long as he's bald, it's the same as this guy. Yeah.
Well, when he's wearing the Phantom hood, like you can get that same aesthetic. The bald.
Yeah, he looks the same.
Yeah. So, so you went to bed last night, Odin, and I stayed up,
didn't.
and I watched. I don't know what you did, but when you left.
I've been up this whole time.
You've been awake this whole time? Sweet. So when you left the stream, I watched the trailer for Freaked, and I'm in. That's
okay, good.
That looks good. That looks really good.
Yeah, it is a very an unknown gem. I mean, when I found it, I mean, the story of me watching it, I don't want to like perjure myself because of what I was doing when I watched it, but like it made the movie that much more absolutely insane. I'd never seen it before. And my buddy turns to me and he's like, oh, I've seen this. I'm like, what's it about? And he's like, it's like you dive in and there's no way out. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looked like. Yeah.
It was a trip. It was so much fun. And then it's become one of my favorites of all time. And I don't say that, like I said, it's not hyperbole. It is in my top 5.
Right. So if I can't get it to work before Monday, I will then buy it on disc.
There's a YouTube version. I just saw it.
Oh, really? Well, then the one app did
probably looks like shit
on YouTube. There's probably commercials too.
Well, I was watching it, and that's why I brought it up because it was kind of fresh in my mind. I'm like, oh, it's on YouTube. So I was just like watching it randomly. There was no commercials. It wasn't like a YouTube sponsored version. You know what I mean? Somebody had it on their channel, but the producers of it, I don't think give a shit anymore. Like they didn't promote that movie. They basically wanted to pretend like they never made it. So the story behind it is Alex Winter and his buddy, I can't remember his name, because it was the 90s and they were kind of like that age of like alternative and stuff. They're like, we want you guys to make a movie. And so what they did is like make a movie, and they worked through like several scripts. And the night before the script they had, before they were going to pitch it, they just scrapped the whole thing and made up a whole new script the night before their meeting, and went in with that. And the script that they went in with was Freaked. And they're like, all right, I guess, you know, because they were just eating up everything alternative and 90s and crazy kids.
Yeah.
And so they just went with it. And they're like, fuck, we don't know what the hell we're doing. And they're like, well, they give us a bit of leeway to get like some cameos and some big names. So they're like, yeah, we brought in Mr. T to be the bearded woman. We brought in Bobcat Goldthwait. Yeah, it was
all right,
made it all the more fun.
So I was also going to say, here's another one. Have you seen this movie? If you get this movie reference.
Elsinore? No.
Okay. So it's a movie from Strange Brew is the name of the movie.
Oh, I know Strange Brew.
Yeah, this is where the brewery is.
Oh, okay.
Elsinore beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Strange Brew though. I mean, it's been a while, but
okay, yeah, that was the reference. Was my shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
That wasn't the name of the movie. It was the name of the beer.
I had some McFarlane toys of Bob and Doug.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they made toys.
Yeah, it's them like sitting there. One's got a jelly donut. They both have like beers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was totally a McFarlane toy.
Yeah, that's one. That one I was thinking of after you left us. So Freaked is definitely on the list, 100%. Like, and I think we should probably watch it this coming Monday.
Oh,
but I was thinking Beastmaster would be a great one.
Beastmaster was great.
Yeah, Beastmaster was great. I'm still trying to track down number 2. Did you ever see number 2?
there was a second one. I don't remember.
See, I said that before, and I got the same response with like in the chat. They were like Beastmaster 2 ? Yeah. So that one actually involved like time travel in a car, or like
a car.
Yeah. A guy like drives through something, and then he magically lands in Beastmaster land. And
it sounds like Armory of Darkness or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll show you right now. Let's see. Here, I'll go to here. Stop doxing myself. Let's see. Beastmaster 2. So I think I might be the only one that's seen the second one. And it was on TV. I remember, remember when USA used to have all those like crappy, late night. Morgan Fairchild was on TV, and they do the late night movies
all night.
Yeah. That's where I watched it.
Oh, well, that's how you know it was a good movie, right?
Yeah,
it was on Up All Night. It must be good.
Up All Night, man. So it came out in '91, and it's called Through the Portal of Time. And let's see, it was '91, rated PG-13, and it's an hour and 47 minutes. And I'll share screen. Window. There you go. JBot, share that. Yeah, so I don't know what they're playing there, but yeah, see the car? He drives through this like arch, like stone arch with the convertible, and then all of a sudden he's like there in the land, and it's the same actor that was in the first one and the same premise.
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Let's go to it because I forget too. Dar.
Mark Singer. Yeah, Mark Singer.
Mark Singer, Dar. Yep.
Yeah, I think they thought he was going to be like.
James Avery was in this. I forgot he was in that.
Oh, really?
Yep, Shredder himself.
Oh man, Uncle Phil.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, everyone says Uncle Phil, but I always think a Shredder.
Oh shit! I never knew that Uncle Phil was Shredder. I saw his picture
in the cartoon. Yeah, he was Shredder. Like there was episodes where he wasn't available, so it was somebody else. But almost all those beginning episodes, it was him. Yep. Yeah, because actually, there's a funny story. So this guy here, James Avery, he literally looks like a black version of my stepdad. Really? Literally, my dad was a big fat guy, but he had a skull, similar nose, same haircut, same beard, but my dad was white. Yeah. Yep. And then I remember on Fresh Prince, like when he pretended to get mad because it was a show. That's exactly how my dad would get mad. So I always thought it was funny because I used to call my dad White Uncle Phil, and he used to get so mad.
Yeah.
Does he pretend
I would do it when he was mad. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, this was a good one.
No, I'd be down because I'd never seen it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the first is better, but and obviously everyone that has seen the first has never seen this one.
Well, I go, the first is better, but as far as sword and sorcery movies, he's in a fucking car.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, but it's this one, even though
it's like Crocodile Dundee at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But it fits the stipulation of being 80s, 90s. So
that's true.
I'm on 91. I'm down.
He's in the police office with his
yep
cod piece and nothing else,
Yeah, no, these were great, man.
Yeah, no, I'd be totally down to watch this. You know what I watched the other day that was really awesome was Cyborg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it'd been a long time since I saw that because I know I was watching Gabe and Shanth do the Double Impact, and they always talk about Van Damme, it's the name of the show, Double Impact. But I was like, dude, no one talks about Cyborg. Everybody talks about Bloodsport and Kickboxer and Double Impact, and I'm like, Cyborg was influential, very influential. I loved that one. And it held up in my mind as far as like the cool cheese, kind of like watching Flash Gordon. I was like, it was fun. It was a fun movie.
Yeah, so I like Time Cop. That was my go-to.
So I don't even. I remember Time Cop, but I don't know if I even actually saw it.
Does it have to be big? Huh.
What?
Oh, he was sharing Drew's, but it makes them big. It makes his screen big.
So here's my problem: is I'm sharing a screen, but apparently StreamYard won't let you pick one as my screen. So it's like I would have to stick a camera on the monitor. So I could just sit here and look relatively middle-aged on screen and chat.
Well, that's what I do all the time.
So that's what I'll do. I will get my technical difficulties with my drawing down because I'm going to start doing draw streams myself on a regular basis. So
what I did, I aimed the camera down at my tablet.
I have the 2 cameras set up, but it doesn't work unless you actually pay for the full StreamYard. So and that's like $50 a month, and it's a big price to pay if you're paying for a whole bunch of other shit. But we don't have cable, we don't have streaming, we don't have car payments. Like, so for me, for doing this, it was totally worth it. But you get the HD, and then I was able to add that second camera in. So,
okay. So which StreamYard plan do you have? Because I was looking at that.
The HD Max plan. So I'm pretty sure it goes $25, and then the next one is $50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got the 25.
Huh?
Do you have the $50 or the $25?
I have the $50 one, the Max one.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And then
it's weird because you can have 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Right. At the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can add, just like you add in a screen right now, you go share screen. If I do it on mine, I click share screen right now because we're on streaming with you. It just says share your screen. But when I'm doing it here on my side, when I'm streaming and I click share, it goes. It says share screen, share window, or share second camera or extra camera or something. And then this down facing camera that I have right here, that pops up, and so I can do both.
During
the live stream. Yeah, and then the camera is not crazy. So this one camera I use here is just it's a high definition camcorder that I had in the closet, and then this I have just a Logitech Stream Cam, and I think that was like $100, $140 or something at Best Buy. And then I got mounts for it. So I got all these like crazy mounts and arms and stuff to hold both of them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if that's going to solve the problem of sharing the screen, though. You might always have to share.
Well, that's what I was saying, because we're streaming on yours. If I go to share, I can't share this screen. I actually have to switch it to the second camera. So now, if I go to
just like I did
here, just like he did. So I can just switch it all day long.
Right. Yeah, if you have them hooked to your PC or whatever, it'll recognize it and it'll say which camera you want.
Yeah, and that's all I can do. And then you could still talk. So you just switch the cameras through your settings right now. So he doesn't have to do anything. You just do it on your end, Drew.
Yeah, the biggest problem is if you're sharing a screen, you have to share like the screen if you're working digitally, unless it lets you share that screen as a camera.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing is I'm on a different monitor I'm drawing on.
Digital.
So that's how I thought you were doing like on the tablet like they do.
Yeah, when I have this and I'm working on my tablet, this is just a camera.
Yeah, see, I thought that's what he was doing. Gotcha.
Hey, Bold. Wow. Very analog.
Yeah.
Can you do StreamYard on tablet?
You can, but you're just streaming the camera.
Yeah, it's very limited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
Your phone,
Oh, so
I could draw like this.
Do you stream on Procreate? Like, do you stream with Procreate? Showing your Procreate? Because I think I remember seeing you stream with Procreate as a big screen.
Yeah. So the way that works is, again, if you're hosting, you share your screen, but I guess it all depends. I'm not sure how exactly it works. I have a Mac, so when I plug in my iPad to the Mac, it operates as a camera. So if I open up QuickTime and I just do new movie recording, I could select my iPad, and then it shows my iPad on the screen, and then I simply go to share screen and share the QuickTime screen, and that's how I make it big. The problem with that is that I can't share any other screen.
Right.
You know, it's taking up the share screen. So that's why I'm like, I wanted to do the 2-camera setup, but it's a kind of what's the point? Because I have to share a screen if I'm working digitally. Unless I do it like this and I just, you know, like I've been doing it, I just plot my tablet here and I'm like, here you go.
Right.
Tarx9 says he did the same thing growing up in Montreal. He stayed up late on Friday nights to watch the classics like soft porn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember because then we had the soft porn there, but then there was also the scrambles that would get unscrambled sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Not always, but sometimes it would go
the Skinamax, which I couldn't afford, but it was like USA.
Well,
you couldn't see anything on USA. I mean, they were all covered. But
you remember back then though, they did like Cinemax and HBO. They do like the free summer, like free weekends or free weeks, and they would do that. The soft porn would be on at nighttime.
Oh yeah, late at night. You just got to stay up late enough.
Yeah, I was always staying up late. Yeah. I think it's the only reason I remember that broad's name is Morgan Fairchild.
Was she in some of that? I don't know.
Wasn't she the host? Who was the host? I thought it was Morgan Fairchild.
Oh, Morgan Freeman. No, just kidding.
That's right.
You get those two mixed up all the time. I know Sandra Bernhard did it for a while. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
She was not talented, but
and Gilbert Godfrey was a host from 89 to 90.
Gilbert Godfrey.
So it was Gilbert Godfrey, Caroline Schlitt, and Rhonda Shear. So I remember Rhonda Shear, but somehow I thought Morgan Fairchild was there too.
What was the dude with he kind of had a southern draw and he wore a cowboy hat sometimes?
Oh, that was the TBS guy, right? He did the monsters.
Oh, TBS, yeah.
The monster movies, yeah. Oh, what the hell was his name?
His show was fun too.
Yeah, he's got a good show.
Yeah, there was a lot of those. That's basically Elvira. She started that shit. Yeah. Well, she probably didn't start it, but
no, I forget the girl that did it before. So you ever seen Plan 9 from Outer Space?
I have.
So the woman that's dressed like Morticia, she did that before then too.
Really?
Okay.
She was doing what Elvira did, and then that look, obviously was used for Morticia Addams, and then Elvira took a little bit of all of that to make Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira went like, I got the tits for it. So
yeah,
Elvira's like, I have an actual talent.
Yeah, she's got actual tits, actual talent. I mean,
yeah. Let's see. I don't know why I was thinking Morgan Fairchild then. Yeah, it was Rhonda Shear. Yeah, she's in it. Literally, this one I'm watching here on YouTube. She's in a nightie, like literally, and it's pretty much a see-through purple nightie. And she has like teddy bears and stuff. She's telling you
she has a bunch of different kinds of teddies.
That's where horny 12-year-old me was.
Well, yeah, we took whatever we could get.
Pretty much, yes.
I mean, when you're young and
you're
like, I think I see a slight line of a cleavage.
Well, and I even make that comment. So I showed you the Vampirella. So I'm editing the video right now, and in that video of me doing the unboxing, I make that comment that my introduction to Vampirella was this friend of mine. His older brother gave me the Vampirella comic, and because every time I'd go to his house, like I'd read all his stuff, and he had all kinds of stuff my mom would not approve of. Like he had literally a Foot Locker, and the dude was like in his 20s living in his parents' house, and so like, he had a Foot Locker, porn and Playboys and Penthouse, and he had comics like galore and all kinds of crap. And so I would always read the Vampirella ones, man. And then he gave me one. I took it home, and not long after I had it in the house, my mother threw it away. So she was never a fan, which I think is why I've been a lifelong fan since then.
Yeah, it's always the thing, and being a dad, like I've learned this, like it's always the thing that you like tell them no that they're gonna love. Because I was talking with another parent, and this when my kids were really little, I'm like, they're not gonna listen to rap or country in my house. She's like, well, that's exactly what they're gonna like then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, touche. That's true.
If you take it away, and so I have not said no to my kid unless it's going to harm her or kill her. Other than that, as long as it's safe, I've been really on board with okay. So that's
like Big Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, and so she watched Princess Mononoke again today. So she went in the closet and picked it out. And I have all the Studio Ghibli films now down on the lower shelf next to all her Disney films. And so she goes in the closet, she goes to pick it out. She comes out with Princess Mononoke. So I said, no problem. We'll watch that. No problem. Yeah. I put it in, same reaction. I thought it was like a one and done because that was the first time she was watching it. No. She laid on that sofa and watched the whole damn thing, didn't say a word, and I said, do you like this movie? And she said, yes, I love it. It's one of my favorites. And I said, wow, this is the only movie that'll do that. Anything else, she's running around the house, bouncing off the walls, not really paying attention. Right. Like this movie, she is glued to it. So I'll let her watch it. I'm not going to take it away.
That's a freaking movie too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so I don't like Totoro. Because like we watched it, she'd been watching it, man. And I saw parts of it, but then I actually sat down and watched it with her over the weekend, like from beginning to end. And I'm not a fan of Totoro. It's fine, it's whatever. And I see, the kids in it are like your typical kids, and man, just ridiculous. But I am a huge fan of that the Arrietty movie, The Borrowers. I liked that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one. And Nausicaa, we have to still watch. We haven't watched it yet, but I told her we'd watch it tomorrow. So in the morning, we're going to watch Nausicaa. But yeah, the Princess Mononoke, we've watched it several times now, and it's her favorite movie.
That's wild. Well, I've never seen it, so I'll have to check it out.
I think you'd like it, man. It's definitely up to the stuff that we would have been watching when we were kids, like that same kind of thing with there's action, there's demons.
Well, anytime it's like, I guess, in my mind, and it's all subjective, obviously, but like quote unquote good anime, I enjoy it. Because
I've never really been in the anime world except for Afro Samurai, and then I've been introduced to this stuff here, and Princess Mononoke, the story blew me away, the animation blew me away. I'm a big fan, and I haven't been one of those guys that's all about anime
right
this whole time. So it's just to me, I liked it. It was very, very appealing.
You've also
kind of just held to the ones I love, which is Akira, Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell, and those three.
So I still have to watch those other two because I don't know what I did with them, but I have them, and I know I have them because I showed everybody I had them. So they're in this house somewhere. But the other one I have to get through, I do have to pick up Ninja Scroll yet, but last time I went to the retro game store because they have anime for literally half price what it is at Walmart. So every single thing was exactly half price. So I'm going to go there from now on. So they had Ninja Scroll before. They didn't have it last time. So I'm going to be looking out for it there. But the one I have that I want to sit down and watch, but I've been hanging out with you guys late at night, is Goblin Slayer. That's one I have to wait till she goes to bed to watch. But whatever day I'm not hanging out with you guys, it's probably the day I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, probably a good idea. And then what was it? And so I got Seinfeld season 1 through 3 at the thrift store, and I've been watching that. She sits down and watches it with me.
That was a funny show, man.
It was, but then like as a dad, I'm like, this isn't really a kid's show. But it's like she doesn't get any of the shit in there, and they don't really go too bad with it, and it's all over her head. But then I remember I watched this when I was a kid. I mean, obviously I wasn't as little as her, but it was like one
Cheers
of the
was things. Like that. Huh? When I was a kid, Cheers was like that.
Yeah.
My mom would watch Cheers, and I'm like, I know they're talking about like adult stuff that's probably sexual, but I still didn't get it. You know?
She's at a point where she doesn't even get that part of it, but she wants to watch it. She's like, let's watch Seinfeld. And it's just sitting next to me in something, because like all the things that we do watch that are geared for her starts riling her up. Then she wants to get the sword, and she wants to get the horse, and she wants to run around the house, and she wants to fight. And like Seinfeld gives her a break, and it like forces her to sit next to me, and we sit on the sofa and watch TV together. But anything else, she just clicks and she's like, let's play. And
I
don't want to play. I want to watch TV. Yeah.
Like, I want to settle down for a sec.
Yeah.
I actually just started watching Seinfeld myself because it's on Netflix. I've never actually watched it. We just bought the Lego set for the Friends for my wife. And so I was looking at the fact that there's a Seinfeld set. I'm like, that's on Netflix. I'm actually going to sit down and watch that. I'm going to watch an episode every day until I get through that entire show. And
what do you think
about? Oh, I love Seinfeld. But you're talking about your daughter liking it, and I'm thinking she might like it because his delivery, because of the stand-up bits. Mm-hmm. He's got fantastic delivery that really just holds your attention. And even when like you have the regular, show part that kind of goes over kids' heads, Jerry Seinfeld just has this way of speaking in such a way that just
the inflection
will hold your attention. And I can see kids really loving that kind of thing. So
it's possible. And Kramer, I can definitely see that, but it's like that dry, a little bit more dry humor. But I gotta go. I think I just woke her up, so I'll be right.
She's like, you talk about Seinfeld?
We're gonna watch Seinfeld
right now. What, Dad?
She's like, you watching Seinfeld without me?
Your internet friends? Well, what am I, chopped liver? No. You've all seen Kill Bill, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you know who did the anime sequence in that film?
No,
because I don't. But I remember watching. I'm like, going, man, this is like stomach turning animation.
Yeah, it was similar to I really, really enjoyed the animation on Watchmen for a similar reason. It was like, this is really good. I almost just want to watch a movie of just this animation, not the overall movie. You know what I mean?
Wait. The Watchmen movie has an animation sequence in it?
Yeah, or am I thinking of something else?
I might be thinking of something else.
Which one am I thinking of?
I suppose like the Black Freighter stuff from Watchmen, which I think was a side thing on the DVD.
Okay, it wasn't Watchmen. Which one was it? Oh man, I'm getting old. This is bothering me. For some reason, I thought it was Watchmen, and now I'm like, no, it's not. But which one was that? It had like a sub story that just followed along the whole time.
Matrix?
No, not Matrix.
I mean, it could have been the collector's cut or the director's cut of Watchmen, because they were supposed to be following along the Black Freighter, which is the pirate story.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so it's the director. Yes, it's the director's cut that they had, because when you bought it, it was separate, but then you can get the director's cut where they put the Black Freighter in there, just like they did in the book.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's why I thought of that. I'm like, they did that in the book, right? And yeah.
Well, I was thinking I need to watch that again anyway, because it has Matthew Good in it, and I was just watching The Offer on Paramount. Have any of you watched that?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so it's called The Offer. It's a mini-series, and it's about the making of The Godfather, the film.
Oh,
and it is a damn good show. It's a really good show. And Matthew Good, who plays Ozymandias in Watchmen, plays the head of Paramount at the time, Bob Evans. And he's just it's got Miles Teller in it, who I just saw kicking ass in Top Gun, and he's kicking ass in this show as well.
Yeah.
But they get these actors to play Marlon Brando and Al Pacino and Scott Caan, and it's just an amazing show. And every episode is like an hour long, and without commercials or anything like that. So if you like period stuff and you like The Godfather and you like the way
The Offer,
it's called The Offer. I subscribe to Paramount Plus specifically to watch that show,
right?
And I'm specifically not watching any of their Star Trek garbage. I'm specifically not watching any of their Halo garbage.
I think I subscribed to Paramount Plus for the Creep Show. Let me see. I gotta remember. I'm actually looking up. Was it Paramount? No, it was AMC. Never mind.
Well, speaking of shows, my mom was recently. I watched some of it, and I can tell you it's really good. It's called Tokyo Vice, which is funny. We're just talking.
That is good.
Yeah, we're just talking about Japan, but this is based off of a true story, and it shows how kind of corrupt it can be. And it's funny because 80s Maid was talking about, I want to move to Japan. And after watching some of that show, I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to move to Japan. Do you really want to move to Japan?
That's a small island, you know.
Right.
Why not Wyoming? Where
right. It's the same, basically, right?
Yeah. My brother lives in Japan.
But they have good ramen.
Yeah. It's amazing how that became like a mecca for a lot of people, and that's all because of, I think, anime and manga.
Yeah.
I live in
Japan. Like the thing.
My brother lives in Japan, and he teaches English, and he has a gym down there, and also runs a bar at night.
It's very advantageous.
Yeah,
good for him. That's awesome.
But he's always, been like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like he's like, you think they show all this stuff all the time where these people are all respect and honor and all this shit. He's like, hell no, man. These corporate dudes and the people you work for turn around and stab your ass in a heartbeat. They don't give a shit, man.
Right.
He's like, in fact, they're a bunch of chicken shits.
Yeah, I imagine them. They do that a lot for shows. So like we had some clients and the owners of the place were Japanese. They flew over to Seattle we were working out a deal, but they like coached us on all the cultural things. They're going to hand you a business card. You grab it with 2 hands, you bow, they're like, these are things you have to do to not offend them and all that. And as I thought about that stuff, I'm like, yeah, but later them and the owner of our company are going to go out and have drinks and debauchery and just be like ridiculous, like I know they did. So it's like they're just normal, but they still have to play those games of like, it's the same with business here. It's just Americanized.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's honorable, and we put on all the airs, and then later you're like, no, you're still just a scumbag,
Oh yeah, yeah. So even he was like, that's why he kind of started working for himself. He got sick of dealing with all these the rigmarole of the different English teaching companies and stuff. And he's like, yeah, man, like I'm going out here, and we're going out having a good time. And then of course he's he's my older brother, so he's 6 years older than me, so he's 46 years old.
Yeah,
and he was in the service, and he's all tatted up, dude. Like he got sleeves, like he's so they'll like see like, oh, he's a foreigner, let's fuck with him. And he's like, all right, well, come on then, motherfuckers.
Right.
And they're like, oh wait, we better call the cops. And he's just like, whatever, man.
He's like, America.
All right. They're like, oh, he stole my phone. He's like, no, this guy pushed me, attacked me, so I put him to sleep and fucking so they're like, oh, you gotta stay. We call the police, you gotta stay. And he's like, dude, I walked out of that bar like I was a grown man walking through children. I just was pushing them off my fucking legs and just walked right out. Like,
it sounds fun the way you tell the story.
Yeah.
It sounds like a movie.
But it's like he's like, yeah, you see all this stuff, honor and blah blah blah. He's like, nah, man. He's like, even the chicks too. The chicks always play games out there and shit. So he's like, don't let it get don't let it get it twisted where they're all like, oh, because a lot of the ladies are having, I don't know, they want to play games, they want their cakes and eat it too. You know what I mean? They want to mess around. It's my brother doesn't have time for that shit. So it's like, but yeah, he's like, nah, man, these guys are on the subway picking their fucking nose and shit. I'm looking at him like, bro, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, where's the honor in that?
Yeah,
where's the honor in that?
I wiped my nose on you. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, he's just like, dude, like he's like, look at these guys, like you think they're clean, man, and they're all, but it's like, nah, man, half these cats are dirty as hell, dude.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, humans are humans, man.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
So you guys were watching Flash last night? Flash Gordon?
Yes.
Yeah, Flash Gordon.
I have never actually seen that movie.
You should have came to visit.
It's good, man. It's good.
I might have, except I was literally exhausted. I got a lot going on outside of my YouTube life, unfortunately.
I know. I said last time I said something like that. You sent me a message like, I don't live on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. It was a while ago, but yeah, you were like, I'm busy. But in a nicer way.
You nerds all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever tell you that I don't live on YouTube like a dick.
Yeah, I said it was a nicer way you said it.
Okay,
that's the message that came across.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I apologize because I want to be like the business Japanese, the friendly guys.
Oh, okay.
They got all their stuff. So yeah, no, I'm a big boy. You can let me know. if I say something that rubs your rhubarb.
Oh, I didn't rub me the wrong way. I was just saying that. I just remember that. It's just I have a group of people that I send the links to all the time, and if you don't come all the time, then I just stop sending the links. So that's where I'm at with that. But no, I wasn't saying that you rubbed me the wrong way. I was just saying that you were like, I'm busy. I don't have no time for YouTube.
Well, I'm glad that JBot sent me an invitation today, because I've been looking for your channel and I couldn't find your channel, and so now I found it because you got me the invite. I'm like, oh, subscribe.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Like, here, follow this long ass link. Here I am.
Well, aren't you wrenched on my channel?
Am I wrenched on your channel? Yes, I am.
You can look up anybody that's in the chat.
Oh, all right.
Anybody's in the chat, you right click and it says go to their channel.
You should do like a how-to YouTube video for all your wrench people.
Yeah, 80s. We don't all live on YouTube, God damn it.
I know. Yeah, apparently not.
Well, except me, I live on YouTube.
Yeah, Dragon does. Yeah, so anyway, so are you ever going to tell us who you really were? The first time that we met you, you're like, I have a secret to tell you, and I'm not really who I am. I'm secretly somebody else. There's some weird ass shit like that. Yeah. And I've always thought it was Andy Contreras. Always thought it was him.
Well,
usually when I see Dragon, I don't see Andy.
Wait, Andy
Contreras.
Where have I heard that name before?
He's in the chat all the time, and I think he's you.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's like, oh yeah, me.
Yeah, my other guy. Yeah. Oh, him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Clark
I am
Kent.
Andy Contreras. So anything that
He wears glasses. I don't wear glasses.
Is his word too.
That makes sense.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So no, I'm just saying I usually don't see you guys in the same chats anymore.
Oh, really?
Now I'm a different person.
Yeah.
I got my hat on differently now.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm Lou with comics, or comics with Lou. I'm comics with Andy.
Backwards. It's business now. It's all business.
Comics
I'm
with
evil
words.
Superman in Superman 3.
You guys have seen Mystery Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, where he's like Ben Stiller's character is like Captain Amazing and Lance or whatever his name is, Lance Hunt or whatever, are the same guy, and he's like, no, they're not. Lance Hunt wears glasses. Captain Amazing doesn't wear glasses. He's like, he takes them off when he transforms. It doesn't make any sense. He wouldn't be able to see.
It's like making fun of that Superman trope.
Yes, for sure.
You really want to know?
Well,
You probably
I don't
won't
need to know. I just think it's probably more funny than to break your balls about it. Once you tell us, then it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, then I gotta tell you. I'm just kidding.
No, because it's like, hey, remember that time when Dragon was a different person? Dragon's not really Dragon; he's somebody else. And then you look him up, and he's like a bank robber or some shit.
Oh no,
he's like something that's like really badass. And it's like, oh, cool. Yeah. Now leave it to the imagination. It's like, in like comic books, you don't want to see the full naked. You just want a little naked. You want some imagination there.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes I want
as long as it's not Nightwing.
Well, I don't ever want the full naked in my comics, but in real life, I want the full naked.
Yeah. I kind of want the full naked in the comics sometimes. No, those are usually not the best comics.
No, they really aren't. They really aren't. And I'm finding more and more, you are seeing a lot more than indie comics where they have like the naughty pages and that type of stuff. And that's for all intents and purposes, that's fine. But I think there's also a way to do that too. And let's talk about my favorite book. And I know everyone in the room, JBot's heard
of this coming.
Yeah. So you weren't here the other day because I thought everybody had heard this a million times and I've been talking about it. But apparently I hadn't, because you said I talk about it too much. So I stopped talking about it and nobody else knew about it. But Arachna.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that one.
He's going to be the producer for this comic is going to be on the show Thursday. And,
nice.
But in his comic here, I love the art. And Marty Koponen is the artist, or Marty Koponen. Marty Koponen is the artist. And like this opening scene, I'll cover up the nipple there. But like, so the rest of it, she's naked, but she's not naked.
Yeah. Implied.
Except for the one part where her nipples hanging out. But then like throughout, there's a lot of sexiness. There's like a lady tied to a bed in her underwear, leopard underwear. Everything about that's great. But then like there's a scene towards the end when she's changing where she's like naked. Again, I think full boobies. Yeah. Full boobies. But like it wasn't gratuitous, it wasn't crazy, but that was also the aesthetic of this book. And sometimes it seems like I don't know, like that whole scene. She was changing from. She wakes up, she's changing into Arachna, and like she's putting on the thing, and so it was fine in that scene. But then some of these other ones, it just seems like they're like, hey, we have a naughty page. It's almost like throwing an F-bomb in like a Disney movie. They're like, well, we could, so we did.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's some people going like, oh, it's an independent comic. I can do whatever I want. And,
yeah.
And they also know. I mean, it's not a secret that titties sell, so
they do. I do like titties.
Yeah.
But so what I'm saying is I didn't mind it in this
money.
book, but there's some independent comics where I was just like, why?
Yeah. Well, and again, you're like, if you want to read a story, that almost detracts, right? Unless it's tastefully done, but even then you can imply it without having to show the, and I'm just joking when I'm like, oh, I want to see titties. Like,
I know. I think you're a pervert. I know you're serious.
Well, I'm both, but
you're like pornography. Who needs that? I need it in my cartoon books.
Right. I'd rather see it in comic books.
No, I mean, like, I think for me, I think 12-year-old me would have been like all excited, but like 40-year-old me is like, yeah, it's fine. But in this, I just thought the whole thing was fun.
Yes, you have been summoned, big boy.
His ears were burning.
Yes.
That's summoned to me.
Yeah.
He just shows up and like he just shows up and grows like fucking Ultraman. Just
yep.
Yeah.
Ears perked up. He heard it from halfway around the world.
Heard the magic word.
He's like, I am needed.
I'm needed.
Well, and then for me, like most of these comics, the women are half naked already.
Yeah,
and so like that whole idea.
And
What?
Well, in superhero comics, even they're wearing bodysuits and
like looking at this Gen X or Gen 13 here.
Yeah, you can see 13. Like in spandex if you can see if they have an innie or an outie. That's pretty dang tight.
Pretty much, yeah. So you leave a little to the imagination, not much, a little bit. I'm like I can imagine, the rest of everything else, and so like I don't know. For me, that's always been fine.
But I don't know. Frazetta drew a lot of titties, and he's renowned as basically the king of fantasy. So
that is true. And the thing is, I've never complained about Frazetta titties though, ever. I
don't think many people have.
I think maybe
his art kind of achieves more of a fine art level though.
So. Yeah, he did comics back in the day, but like what he's known for is his one-off paintings and yeah. Which has that fine art look, and he softens it so it's not like just these giant tits like in your face with over rendered.
Tastefully done.
It's tastefully done.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Exactly. That's the whole key right there.
Let's see. Even the two that I own, I own 3, but the Frazettas that I have here, like they're still covered. They're clothed. I mean, again, you could basically see through it. And it's like it's there, but. Yeah. Especially in this gorilla one, like you can see her belly button, like you can see through it, but it's still good. It's still tasteful. It's still art. And you saw the Vampirella that I bought when I showed my wife that a year ago, she rolled her eyes, like not understanding. But I showed her the Frazetta stuff today, and she didn't even bat an eyelash. Like
it's all in the execution, man. I mean, well, again, it's like, are you trying to make that the focal point? Mm-hmm. There were some Frazetta ones where he was kind of making that the focal point, but for the most part, he's like, no, it's just attractive. I'm making attractive paintings, and a woman who's an attractive woman with no clothes on, hard to argue.
Didn't he do that weird one though? Didn't he do that weird one where it's like a giant woman, and then so you can see her nether regions from behind? but then she's like picking up little people, and they're like fully naked little dudes.
Yeah, he was all about like
Yeah,
some giant woman with like little dwarf dudes.
Yeah, and then like giant dwarf dudes had like giant dicks.
Yeah, he did draw that.
Yeah, he did draw for Playboy.
Yeah,
he did do the
some of those ones were like, it almost worked because they're so funny, you know. It was
right,
like,
it definitely was funny, and I didn't hate it, but that's not one I'm putting on the wall. But I don't hate it.
I
Definitely don't hate it, but it's just it doesn't come across as how you're describing Frazetta. You know, like those ones are just, like,
true.
They're fun, they're goofy,
but those aren't like his marquee
right
paintings that he's well known for. Like, yeah, true fans know that he did a lot of that stuff, but it was for fun. But he was just a guy who was into aesthetics, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the female form in the Raw is aesthetically pleasing to every straight male, you know.
And I'm not bashing him at all. I mean, the dude hung out with Clint Eastwood, so he was fucking awesome in his own right. Anyway,
I'm sure Clint Eastwood was like, put some more titties in there.
Right? Yeah, probably. And the thing is, like, what was it? Sarah Frazetta was saying that he didn't really want to draw the interiors. Like, they wanted him to draw all the Death Dealer pages, and he just wanted to do covers because he wanted to hurry up, go home, and shoot guns. Everything about him was just cool as fuck.
Yeah, he was a dude, man. He was a real man.
Like, zero criticisms coming from me about him. Like, zero.
Yeah. Well, and I've read some of his responses to like criticisms and stuff. I mean, it's great. Like,
I bet.
Yeah, he's just a total man. He's like, fuck these guys, you know. Do what I want. You don't like it.
We need more of that shit.
Yeah, no, he was the best.
Right, and that I'm telling you, that was my argument. So like I watched Fire and Ice with my kid, and I told my wife, and she rolled her eyes, and I said, "Hey, it's based off Rosetta's characters. He watched it with his grandkid, and she was about 6, so she's a little older than my kid." I said, "That's my argument." And that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
Jumped in a lake with you?
Well, yeah. What'd you say?
That if everyone jumped in a lake, would you?
If Frazetta jumped in a lake,
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, well, then you show her like some footage of Sarah Frazetta and be like, this is that granddaughter, and she's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
she's pretty awesome.
She's pretty cool. So she turned out all right.
But even that, though, even just me saying that is my argument, she didn't even question it. And she's not into art. She's not into comics. She's not into this, but she's aware of it because of what I've said. So just that aspect. He created these characters, and he said, "Here you go, 6-year-old. We're watching this together." And she goes, "Okay, no argument."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You don't argue with Frank.
No, you don't. She knew better. I mean, at that point, like, we already watched it. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But I mean, like, and I go to the things like I remember I watched The Thing at probably my kid's age, and like I'm telling you, even though I love that movie at that time, it scared the shit out of me. Like, this didn't scare her. You know, it was just a cool movie. It's just she's not one for that kind of artwork. My wife isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember when I first so my ex-wife, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna inundate you with shit that I'm into, you know. We're together, we're gonna get married, you got to know everything about me, right? All this stupid stuff." And so I showed her Heavy Metal, the movie, and she was like super offended. She's like, "It's like just some boy's, you know, wet dream, you know." And I'm like, exactly, right? Like, what's the problem?
Right. See, now that's one I wouldn't watch with my kid. Clearly, I wouldn't.
Well,
I'd
yeah,
watch
that
it with my wife, but my wife wouldn't like it. I know
I thought
already
she would like it because of the fantasy element and the artwork and the stuff that I gleaned from it that was besides just boobies, you know. I'm like, no, it was exciting, and it was a fantastic movie, you know, like lots of fun stuff, all the different little short stories. I thought it was cool. I thought she would like it. And she's like, "No, I'm kind of offended that you showed it to me." I'm like, "Really?"
See, my wife wouldn't be offended. And then so for me, it's interesting. Like, every broad that I've ever dated, all of my ex-wives and my current wife don't have big boobs. Like, they're very, you know, for all intents and purposes, flat-chested broads. And so like any of those movies with the big boobed women, like that never like chose what kind of woman I was going to be attracted to.
Right.
But, for those types of movies, like, yes, that, you know, there is that male fantasy part, and it is the story, and it is the art, and it is how fun it was, and so there's that. But even if you take away all the sex and all the things that it could be offensive or whatever, my wife still wouldn't be into it because it's a cartoon.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, like, she likes, you know, the Disney movies that she grew up watching and like that type of stuff, but you know, doesn't watch them like most girls do. You know, she'll watch them, Blue Moon kind of thing. She'll watch them with my kids sometimes, but does her fair share of complaining because she's more of a tomboy, always has been. But like those types of movies, because like Archer, so I love that show Archer, and I'm irritated because they only put 9 seasons out on DVD, and then they're still continuing the series, but they're not putting them out on DVD anymore.
Really?
Which my completionist brain is just pissed off about that. But I put them up on her hard drive, and I had been wanting her to watch them for years. And for years, she's like, I'm not watching this dumb cartoon. Like, that was her attitude every freaking time. Like, somehow in her brain, she thought Archer was like Beavis and Butthead or something. And I told her, I said, watch an episode. I said, if you don't, then don't come home. And I was obviously joking, but because I mean, I say some jokes here about my wife sometimes, and everyone's like very dry in the room. But so I'm just like, I told her I'd kill her, and you guys are all like quiet.
You just called her a flat-chested broad, so I mean,
yeah. That's my type. And so, no, so I told her that you know, if she didn't watch one episode, she couldn't come home. So she actually watched an episode and called me, and she watched several and actually liked it, and it was a lot better than she thought it would be. So she gave that one a chance, but that's about the limit, I think. Like, trying to get her to watch heavy metal, it really wouldn't be for her. She would probably go, I'm going to bed now.
Did you guys ever watch Adam Reed's some of his other stuff? Like, so I tried to show my ex Frisky Dingo. I don't know if
I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it.
I think it's superior to Archer. And it was only 2 seasons, and they're all like short little 15-minute episodes. Some of the funniest shit, but it's really vulgar. And I showed
babies eaten.
What's that? Babies
eaten. Any babies eaten on your Frisky Dingo?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I get the dingo reference.
I do always want to make that reference when I hang out with the Australians, but then I don't know where they stand on it. But they all seem to have a pretty good sense of humor, so I don't know.
Well, I always think of Tropic Thunder. He's like, that was a real story, and he got all mad about it.
Well, I did talk to somebody.
I'm like, maybe they are sensitive about it.
They are, but I did talk to somebody that was from Australia, some chick, and she said it was like a crazy story where, like, it happened, then they basically looked for it, then it like made world news and then everything, and then at some point they were like basically like, you killed your own kid or something, and then they basically said it was like almost like a hoax, but then like way later they ended up finding the baby's remains, and like that was pretty much it really happened and kind of thing. But there was like a down there, I guess, and this is what I was told secondhand, so I don't know. I didn't watch a documentary. I didn't watch anything that's factual. This is secondhand from somebody that was from Australia. Some chick I was talking.
80s. I'm holding you. I'm holding you to.
Well, I have said things before, and they're like, wait a minute.
Gospel truth. I know
they're
it.
like, wait a minute, this did not happen. And I was like, I'm just telling you, this was secondhand given to me from Australia.
Weekly World News told me.
Yeah, pretty much. And so apparently it was. You know, she said the dingo got the baby, and then they believed it, then they didn't believe it, then they thought basically she killed the baby or something, or maybe she just neglectfully lost the baby, and then years later they found the remains.
It sucks because it's a baby that died, but like
everything
you were saying was making me laugh, and I don't know why.
Right. Well, they do it in
all about
Seinfeld,
the delivery.
Remember that there's that Seinfeld episode where
yes, it's the delivery.
Juliette Lewis
delivering babies.
What was it? She was saying she was uncomfortable at a party. Juliette Lewis said at the uncomfortable at a party, and she's annoyed by this woman, so she just goes, "A dingo ate the baby," and then the lady's disgusted and leaves. So then she won that round, and I was just like, that was in the '90s, and still probably too early.
Well, everything I know about Australia came from one single Simpsons episode.
Everything I know about Australia comes from Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Well, and Crocodile Dundee, but that's where the term dollary dues came from that Bancroft uses all the time. He always says dollary dues. but that was on that Simpsons episode. He goes $900 dues, and but that whole episode, like Bart said it to the kid, like apparently ran up like a ton of money on their like collect call or something, and they call him back, and he's like just fucking with him. He's like, I think I hear a dingo eating your baby. That's his response.
That's funny.
It all started with the choreo.
When you say it's like not, but yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
I learned all about Australia from Mad Max personally. So it's very period accurate from what I understand.
I mean, Lord Humongous, isn't he like the president of Australia?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, The Rescuers Down Under was very illustrative.
I've seen all those. I've seen all those, but I'm telling you, like I think like all of my knowledge comes from that bar scene in the very beginning of Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, and then where he fights the stuffed crocodile.
Yeah,
like I feel that like that entire bar scene is all of Australia, all the time, 24 hours a day.
Have you guys ever watched movies from other countries that just seem like this is such a movie from this country? Like there's this.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Chinese films, and
have you ever seen Welcome to Whoop Whoop?
No, I watch like foreign films, like period 70s foreign films that are really inappropriate, and like anything to do with kung fu, martial arts.
You're cultured.
Yeah. No. Welcome to Whoop Whoop is one of those movies that I found way back in the day, during Blockbuster, where there's like literally nothing else to watch because you've rented everything that's available, and then you just like, what the hell? I'll just go rent this. And it's such a terrible movie. I mean, it's about like this inbred like commune in Australia, and you should definitely watch it if you want to watch something that just screams made in Australia. Not because that's what I think about Australians, but it's the sense of humor and the kind of vibe that you get with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when you watch like sci-fi shows that are produced in Canada, and you could tell that they're like trying really hard to be Hollywood, but it's just so much Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm the only one that's ever noticed that, but like Dark Matter is a show like that. I'm like, this show is just so
it feels Canadian. Yeah. No, I can see what you mean, especially if it's actually made in those countries. I thought you were thinking more like Crocodile Dundee, where it's a Hollywood movie representing some other country, and then your mind just says, "Oh, that's what it's like down there," or because I've done that even in the U.S. Like Fargo.
There's another one I think called The
Castle. Things like that up there.
Yeah.
No, other than The Quest, I haven't watched any movie like that, because The Quest was filmed in Australia, and as that kid Henry, whatever his name is, Henry from E.T. But then other than that, the movies I watch that are not from America are all subtitled.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that I have that'll stick into my brain forever.
It was great though.
It's called Appassionata. It's an Italian film, and it's that chick that I told you last night from Flash Gordon, the princess there. So in the movie, I think she was probably 17 or 18 at the time. She's naked a lot in the film, and it happened. The movie was from the 70s, and I always had a thing for her, so I bought the film, and then it's messed up. So one, you have to read the whole damn thing.
Sounds messed up.
Two, she's naked a lot, so then that distracts you from trying to read and see what's going on. But then, like the dad's upset with her, basically for growing up, and then there's this scene where he's mad at her and like hitting her for something, but in that scene he like tears her shirt off like in a sexy like a soft porn kind of way, and so then her titties are hanging out while he's beating her for talking to a boy on the phone or something. And then like by the end of the movie, like he tries to sleep with her friend, and she tricks her dad into sleeping with her.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
And I told you it's a fucked up film. I didn't say it was nice. I did not say that it was a great film.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. I was just saying,
oh boy.
I was just saying I own it because it's a Twilight Time film, and the company's defunct, and it was one of the ones I got when they were going out of business.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting it for like $12. But the movie now sells for like $150 or more. So it's worth a ton of money, which is why I haven't got rid of it yet. And it's an Italian film. And that chick, I remember watching her in Oscar, and I always thought she was absolutely beautiful. And so I've always thought she was, like the cat's meow of Italian chicks. And so I picked up that film, and lo and behold, it shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah,
sounds like an Italian.
Just hearing about it, but especially if you're just watching it, going like, "What's this movie all about?" And then you're like, watch it unfold, and you're
then
like,
you're invested.
It's just getting worse and
like
worse.
The end of it, and you're just like, "What the hell?" Because like I was expecting the friend, I was expecting her friend to get out of the bed in the morning, and no, it was her, and I was just like, and that's how the movie ends. I was just like,
it's a
so I have not watched it
twist.
It's like when I'm going through the Criterion collection, I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. I want to watch that. I'm like, whoa, wait, no, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah. Sometimes they're like, it's really artistic. You're like, yeah, I think I'll avoid that one.
I don't have any artistic films on Criterion. I only have like really awesome cult classics like Dazed and Confused, Princess Bride,
I have that one.
Armageddon.
I don't have Armageddon on Criterion, but I have Repo Men. Have you seen Repo Men? Repo Man?
Wow.
Yeah. Which one was that? Like I know I've seen it.
So there's several. So there's Repo Men. That's the one with Jude Law, Ewan McGregor, one of those dudes, who literally repossessing organs. So
right, but Repo Man was more like a '90s action, right?
Yeah, it was with one of the Estevez brother, the one that has the
Emilio Estevez.
Estevez, right?
Yeah,
Emilio or Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, so it's not Charlie Sheen, it's the brother. And this is a really
Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
Is Charlie Sheen and Estevez brother?
He is.
Yeah, you know the Estevez brother.
They're brothers. They're half brothers, I think.
Well, I know they're brothers.
No, the story. So what it was is so Martin Sheen, his last name is Estevez, but he went by Sheen to get acting jobs because they said if he was going to be not a white American, he might not get work, and so he took the name Sheen. And so Charlie Sheen did the same thing. And then when Emilio was going to start acting, they told him to just stay with the family name. So I've always thought that he was a half brother until I heard Martin Sheen tell that story.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Knowing is half the brother.
He was in Breakfast Club, man.
So Repo Man.
He was.
It's Repo Man with Emilio Estevez. And this is a great film if you haven't seen it. And this is the one that I was going to say that we should probably watch on Mondays. It is great. Science fiction. It's comedy. It's crime. It's got a lot of stuff mixed in there. And here's the premise. A young punk recruited by a car repossession agency finds himself in pursuit of a Chevy Malibu that is wanted for a bounty of $20,000 and has something otherworldly stashed in the trunk. When they open the trunk, whoever sees the glowing green thing inside the trunk vaporizes like to dust.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's full of AIDS.
And then they decided to call the movie Repo Man after all of that setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's a car repossession film.
Well, I know.
So he's the Repo Man.
There's no connection to the word repo at all.
Yeah. So he goes to repossess the car, and then it's I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but it's something we should watch on Monday. It's a really enjoyable one, and I do own that on Criterion. It's a phenomenal, fun film, and it's one of those like cult classics that most people have either you know it or you never heard of it before. It's one of those. I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, I've heard of that, but I haven't watched it yet."
That's exactly what I say because I remember the cover for it.
Oh, you do?
I've seen it at the video store.
Oh, okay, okay. I've never met anybody that even knew what I was talking about when I said it.
Oh. Well, that said, I never watched it or knew the premise at all. Yeah, so as you explained it, I'm like, well, that's weird. What a weird.
It's great. And like when they say he's like a punk, he's like what the 90s version of like the dude that's gonna go to jail, like convict attitude is. Like he goes in and he like dumps the beer on the thing and like they're like, you're gonna work here now.
Yeah,
like,
so he's basically John Bender.
Pretty much, yeah. He's just this badass attitude and like everyone like pretty much he's been written off of society kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a no good Nick.
Yep. Yeah, but I love this film. And there's another guy, and I've seen him in a million things, and if you had just said his name without me reading it here, I would have been like, who are you talking about? But I know his face, and I've seen him in a ton of films. But Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
He's a
You
great
know who
actor.
he is?
Sounds familiar, but
Yeah,
I'd know
Yeah.
the face if I saw it, probably.
Of
Yeah.
course. So he's been in all of our favorite films
Right.
at some point or other. I mean, out of all the films that he's been in, like we can all go, oh yeah.
That guy.
So he was in Alien. Who here has not seen Alien?
I've seen Alien.
So Dragon needs to watch Alien.
I
You
got so
do.
much I need to watch.
So he was in that one. Well, it says Alien. Hold on, let's see. He was Brett in Alien, by the way, if you remember who Brett was.
I don't.
You can watch. That's stupid. Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon Prime, Dragon. They don't have it. It's not available right now. Oh, more watch options. Let me see. Wait, maybe it's on Tubi. Hold on. More.
If you have a German DVD player, I could send you
Yeah.
all
You
of the
have it on
aliens, which I
German
can't watch.
DVD?
Achtung.
See, I watched Slither.
It is you're speaking German.
He's becoming an alien.
Speaking digital German.
He's
He's
frozen.
alien
He opened the trunk
German.
of the car, man. He's fucking dust now.
I need German alien.
Alien German. It's right next to Space Australia.
Yeah.
All right. It's available on. Let's see. Have you ever seen Slither?
No.
Slither, no.
I've heard of it.
Isn't that
That
the
one
one
I've
with the
heard of, but
snake?
never
Fun
saw.
one. Have that, but I can't. It's a disc. I bought it at a thrift store. Way to watch it, being a European player. But I forget. Oh, as soon as I anyway, but here, fun one.
Hades, you might want to drop off and
The
come back,
director.
dude.
Yeah, we're all just listening to you fumble through it. It's pretty funny.
Sorry.
Yeah, your connection's all jacked.
Oh,
He's gone. Want to make fun of him?
No, I don't want to make fun of 80s. I find that
Yeah.
I tend to, for some reason, my sense of humor doesn't translate to a lot of people sometimes. And so I think sometimes I might step on some toes. What's the word I'm looking for? Not inadvertently, unintentionally. Yes.
Unintentionally. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I would have edited that out in my video if I was recording over there.
I think I get the same thing, so I always bite my tongue as far as like talking crap, like in a friendly way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially on stream. Like if we were in person, I think I can get away with it a little more. I don't know
Yeah.
why that makes a difference. Kind of like the difference between text and actual conversations. So.
Yeah.
True.
can you
There he
hear me
is.
now?
You got a lower spot on the totem now.
I
Yep.
guess. Well, I can be moved around. No, so I'm hardwired in, and you guys were saying I was chopping up, but hearing it through my computer, it didn't sound like it was.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. You were freezing.
That's horrible because I wasn't freezing on my end. I believe you.
You're great now.
Well, that's good. So anyway, you ever seen the movie Slither?
No.
Okay.
Was that
So-
the one with the snake?
No, it's not snakes. It's like leeches. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
I'm
the
not
girl in
seeing
the
it.
tub, right? Is the girl in the tub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I haven't seen it.
Nathan Fillion, who I love, he stars in it. Elizabeth
Really?
Banks, Michael Roker. So they're all in it.
Elizabeth Banks?
Yeah.
Jeez.
James Gunn wrote and directed it.
Oh, really?
That makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah. I remember people talking about that.
I have yet to see it because I own it on DVD. I bought it here at a thrift store, and it doesn't play in my player because it says that it's a European disc.
Yep.
And it's just odd that I bought it here. So in order to watch it here, you have to have a European player.
Huh.
And so then like my wife had the argument of like maybe somebody in the Navy bought it overseas, and that I said, well, they still would have had to have it in a European player. So then for it to actually make it all the way back here is just an odd thing.
What
Yeah.
if there's something like an Xbox or a PlayStation will be able to play it?
I think the
True.
PlayStation 2, I can switch the regions on the DVDs, but because I know I can't do it on my Blu-ray player because I've tried, because I have some really awesome Blu-rays that are region B that I'm trying to get, or region A I'm trying to get. And but I think the PlayStation 2 will.
You try the 5?
I haven't tried the 5.
Try the 5, man. I know the 5 is.
I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 2 will do it, but let's see. Let me just look it up.
Yeah, because I know that in game wise too, they'll play the 4 and the 5 play. They're region free, so you can even put any Japanese and all types of stuff in there.
Well, I know like 4K is weird because 4K is region free. And like not on purpose or something. It's just that all of a sudden when they started making 4Ks, like nobody cared about regions at that point. So like locking it down, because they still have that same deal where certain movies are released in certain times. So like I have Buckaroo Banzai on Arrow Video, and it was a European, because Arrow Video is a European, or not European, but a British boutique Blu-ray label. So they had the rights to make Buckaroo Banzai, and they do make American videos or stuff to sell over here, but we never got the American version, and I didn't know that when I bought it because I got mine from Canada. And when I was looking into it, it was because America had the Shout Factory version, and Shout Factory was sold out, and it's crazy expensive online, and I'm not going to pay that kind of price. So I have a version I can't watch, and it won't play, and I haven't been able to switch it or anything because it's a regular Blu-ray. But if it was, somebody was telling me if it was 4K, it will play in any player. They never region locked 4K for some reason. Let's see. What was I doing here? Can you watch time regions on PS5? PS5 Blu-ray player have region locks. Region locks are designed to bloody blue. It says yes. PS5 has region locks for Blu-rays. However, HD 4K discs are region free. So if it's a 4K, it'll play in any 4K Blu-ray player, but it specifically says here that the PS5 is region locked. But I knew, because like I had, when I was buying the consoles real cheap at the thrift store, there was a couple that I found that were they had the parental lock on there for the DVD, and so to go reset that code, you got to do something to reset the code back to 000, and then once you do that, in that menu, it gives you an ability to switch your regions, and I remembered that. I just haven't done it in a while. So I think I could do that through the PlayStation and watch that DVD, but yeah, doesn't say there's any option to switch it. PS5 guide to playing DVDs and Blu-rays in your player. Somebody literally uploaded a YouTube video that's 10 minutes long on how to watch an actual movie on your PlayStation 5. That's
for grandma, man.
Apparently, I almost want to click it just to see how many views it got, but I don't want to give it another view. I'm going to do it.
Wait, give what another view?
I'm going to do it.
Why wouldn't you want to give it another view?
1,840 views. That's still a lot. And the dude has 27 subscribers. I almost want to subscribe now.
Like somebody will want this info.
Somebody will need that. Let's see. Yeah.
Here's my rubber hose, projectile reptile.
That's kind of cool.
That's nice, dude.
I like it. Yeah. You bust that out fast too.
Now, is he an octopus or what is he?
Well, projectile reptile has 4 arms.
And
so I was doing this the rubber hose like Cuphead 1930 style where they do all squiggly arms.
Felix
nice.
And stuff.
And you even got the 4 fingers. Very good.
So it came out okay.
No, it came out great.
I like it. You busted it out fast too, like I was saying.
Very fast.
I was trying to work on the other project. I was trying to do the fan art for Von Klaus's project, but I just couldn't get the poses down, and I was like, I quit. I'll try again later.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta say not tonight.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. My house came out awesome though.
Does that ever happen to you sometimes when you're just drawing and you're just like, why does my hand not remember how to draw anymore?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's when I take a break.
Yeah.
Other times it's like JBot was saying, it's not the right thing I got to work on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I ended up doing this, was because I should be working on another page, but I didn't want to do a sequential. I started messing with the thing, and I'm like, nah, this ain't working. I'm going to do a cover.
These are my little island houses.
I like it. I want to live it.
So this one is like an overturned boat, the bottom of the boat.
Oh, nice.
I like your moisture farm there.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to make each house kind of like self-sustainable, you know?
Yeah.
On like this awesome island. I'm debating if I'm even going to do it like based in like in our world. You know, because I'm looking at it and like you're doing something like even something like out of Studio Ghibli or something like, you know, something a little bit fantastical, kind of based in our reality, but a little bit more, you know, because I think I might do like trees that look like coral.
Yeah.
You know, so we kind of mix things up and make things a little bit different on this island that they're on. And so maybe something like that. You know, it's kind of relatable to ours, but kind of not. Like you never say where it is.
Right.
You know,
no, it's kind of
Parks 9 likes it.
And actually, something I forgot to tell you. So when you guys were talking about this the last time, and you were drawing that homage to Studio Ghibli there, and I didn't see that you were drawing that, and I was like, I fucking hate homages. and then I was watching it the next day with my kid because she loves watching it. She's always like, "Oh, these are your friends. I'm so proud of you." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for patronizing me, 5-year-old." And so I was watching it back. She likes to watch them too. And then I didn't hear you say that, and I'm just running my mouth about something, and then I hear the homage part. And I'm like, I fucking hate homages. So because then at the end of it, I'm like, oh, that's really great, buddy. No, I actually did like it. It was really good. What I don't like the overused homage, but that was a cool one.
Yeah, like can we not do Spider-Man anymore?
100 million times again, yeah.
Can we not do McFarlane Spider-Man anymore?
Yeah.
Oh please, God, yeah. God.
Yeah, that covers
especially independent stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
I hate that. I hate a lot of the independent stuff that homages to the things that they cry about.
Yes.
Right. So you know, and I get that we all love comics and we all have comics that we love. And I mean, I've got DC, Marvel right behind me, old stuff. And a lot of it's cool, but most of these people, they complain about Marvel, DC most of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Then why homage it?
Well, they're not really complaining about Marvel and DC.
Right. I get that it's the modern stuff and everything, but I'm like, homage something different. So that's why I really liked the the Studio Ghibli thing. Like it was just a different thing, a different homage.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, I think you know, it's just the profile and with the little Totoro, the little mini Totoro on the head. I was like, well, I could do that, and that'd be kind of neat with my character.
Yeah, no, I liked it. And the thing is, like, most people will see like, oh, that's another Spider-Man. I've seen that cover 100 million times, but I mean, like, if you didn't point that out that was the Totoro thing, I would have never noticed it either because I didn't grow up watching anime. Tarks Knight said, I didn't even think about the island. I'm just worried about the houses. He's talking about when the island's complete. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Did you even? I know we talked about it before. You were building out. Or did you figure out what you wanted to do with the whole island? Have you mapped that out yet? I know you didn't want to talk about a lot of it, but
no, not yet. Not yet. I'm debating if I'm gonna have it like be kind of like I don't know if I might just make it shaped like a collection of islands and it's gonna look like a tortoise. You know, look like a turtle or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering like if you're gonna have like
or like a crater in the middle or something. I don't know yet. You know, I'm still trying to think how big it's gonna be.
Like, is the island gonna be more like and I'm not saying this just to, just whatever, but like almost like their home base, like kind of thing, like this is their headquarters, that's where they are, or is that island basically their world in the bigger world? You know what I mean, like they've got people living on the island, friends, family, it's how they grew up, like that's that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's
okay.
It's not going to be that developed. Like the island, the amount of people I want living on the island might be like a small neighborhood or something.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking like that Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs movie where they're on the island, and then that's part of the bigger world, but they're all focused on what's going on with the problems in that island.
Yeah. It's going to be that island. It's going to be off the mainland of some continent, whatever it may be.
Is this a comic book that you're working on?
Yeah. Either a comic or a kid's book. It's one or the other.
And
I think I might make him, since he's a turtle, I think I'm going to keep him coast based since he's a robot turtle that he can. I thought about making him fly, but I was like, I think it'd be cool if he like just fucking always came out of the water.
Oh yeah,
I think that's really cool. That gives you that Godzilla feel.
Yeah, he just rises out of the water.
Yep, I like that.
It's definitely Godzilla.
I love that.
And what's the name of the book?
I don't have a name yet.
Oh, that's hard to figure out, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I might just the girl's called Lolo and the robot's Riggs because he's big like a rig. So I'm might just call it Lolo and Riggs, and then each
with kid stuff,
or you can do Riggs and Lolo,
like a little adventure.
You can do Riggs and Lolo like Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yeah,
right? I was gonna say, just don't make it like Riggs and Murtaugh.
There you go.
Riggs.
Yep.
Riggs.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, it just sounded right. So I was like, okay, cool. So
yeah, I like it, man. And I like the coming out of the water thing. I mean, even though it's Godzilla-ish, I love it. I love it.
That's
is he gonna walk? Is he gonna walk on the surface of the ocean underneath?
No, he's gonna swim.
Oh, he's gonna swim. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was just gonna like straight walk.
No, he's gonna swim and then he can come out because sea turtles are pretty fast in the water.
I keep forgetting he's a sea turtle. I know
so
you
he
say
can
it
swim
like
faster
every time.
than I was like, well, I could make him fly, but screw that, man. I'm gonna make him swim.
No, make him swim. Yeah, that's cool.
Or you can make him swim, but out of water, like he's swimming in the air. Imagine that.
I like that.
Yeah, that's some like straight fantasy shit right there. Like flying, swimming, but like swimming as he's in there. You have some pretty cool speed lines coming behind him.
Right.
Like do the
I gotta have rockets.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he is a robot.
Oh, that's what the big turtle from Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, I did
either.
His arms, and head goes in, and he has rockets that come out, and he fucking spins. That's how he flies.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's cool as shit.
Wait, didn't they do something like that? So he has rockets and he spins. Does he land on someone's head when he spins?
I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, if he did, I saw it in an anime. I saw it in an anime where this turtle would summon rock. Well, their limbs would go in, and he would spin around, and he would land on someone's head while he's spinning.
Here you go.
Could be. Let's see. Yeah, what's his name?
Right here. It is Gamera.
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yep.
Is it Gamera?
But the rockets in there. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't want to click on any of these because I don't know where it's going to take me. But real cool character, and then to like basically have this, but like a robot and cooler. I'm in.
Yeah, sure.
I will say this kind of his art is a little reminding me of that. Have you ever seen those shorts, those Ninja Turtle shorts that Nickelodeon did? So there's these shorts of alternate realities of Ninja Turtles, and they're like wonder if this was a show or that was a show, like I don't know, like for pilots or something. So there's this one short that they did to where it took place after the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles, but it was a bunch of kids in a mech, Ninja Turtle, and then Michelangelo would take up the splinter role training these kids. to be Ninja Turtles in robot suits.
Huh.
Okay.
Sounds like a fun, whatever crossover. I guess.
Yeah, they did one-offs, right?
Yeah, they're run-offs. They're shorts. They're like they're supposed to be presented as pilots, and I guess they none of them except oddly the one that stuck was the one we got now, which I don't know.
Did you ever hear like Ethan Van Sciver talk about like the idea he had for the Ninja Turtles like years ago?
No.
Oh no.
Like on a stream like 3 years ago or like 2 years ago, he was talking about, he's like, yeah, give me the Ninja Turtles. He's like, you know what I'd do? He's like, I'd grab Michelangelo and I'd have him missing an arm and he's the last turtle left. And he has all the weapons of his brothers and he's going on a last revenge story to go avenge his brothers.
Oh, and then the last Ronin comes out?
Yeah.
And then the last Ronin comes out like years later and it's like, oh.
Weird. Weird.
But he's like, I give him one arm and fucking. I was like, oh man, I'd buy that. And then, the last round, I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
If I was doing a Ninja Turtles show, it will be live action, a show, and there will be a scene of Raphael in a hallway doing that Daredevil hallway, but instead of
I got one better. Coming out of their shell tour. Remake.
Musical.
You ever seen that, guys? Man? That is horrible. I wanted the Ninja Turtles for Christmas.
Sounds gay.
And I got this video, and it's called Turtles Coming Out of Their Shell Tour. And it's like third-rate turtles in costumes. Like, don't even look close to the movie costumes. And they're literally rocking out like they're going on tour on a fucking, like a band. And so there's all these scenes of them like practicing, singing, and rocking. And then everybody in New York City going, ah, and screaming for them. And it's like a 45-minute long bullshit thing. And that's what I got for Christmas instead of the turtle movie. And I hate it. And I'll never forget that movie. Ever.
Lump of coal, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
That was like a Pizza Hut video that you could get.
I don't know what it was, but because I had wanted that. So I wanted that. I wanted Batman 89, and I wanted Kevin Costner Robin Hood. So those are the movies I wanted. So I got Kevin Costner Robin Hood. I didn't get Batman. My brother did, and but then I got that Turtles Coming Out of Their Shell, and I got instead of Batman 89, I got the serials. I got the Batman serial, but it was only the first half, so I never got the rest of that story. So it was from the 40s, the black and white serials.
Oh, I thought you were talking about actual box of cereal.
No, like the black and white story, which I thought those were really cool.
You got the Batman serials, the one where they're like rounding up Asian people.
Yeah. I know it's on YouTube now. And like the coolest part was like the beginning when the car changes color. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that part. But it wasn't finished, and so I remember like the bad guy. I'm pretty sure he was Asian or Oriental or something. And then they were like in an abandoned white park or something. Because I remember like there was like a funhouse ride, like there was like a roller coaster ride. They were strapped into it, and like every episode was like, remember to come back next week, kids, for more bad adventures or some bullshit. And
more bat racism.
That channel.
Yep. And so I never. So it was only volume 1 of like a 2-part VHS tape. So I had that first one, never had the rest. I had that crappy turtle. So I watched the hell out of the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie.
Christmas is canceled.
Which is probably why I hate Robin Hood Men in Tights. Is because I only got that one movie that I wanted, and this is just making fun of it. So I think that's why I never liked it.
You know, it's not. I saw it maybe like a few months ago, probably Robin Hood Men in Tights, and I was like, "Oh, cool, Lex, I'm down." Because we started watching, and then we started watching Spaceballs, which is the way superior movie.
Yeah, I love
it.
It
but it was late, and I went to bed. But even like we watched Men in Tights, and I was like, at first I was like, "Oh shit, Dave Chappelle," and then I was like, I don't get it.
What was he blinking?
Yeah, he was blinking.
Blinking, yeah. I never liked it, man. And
no,
like
he was not Chew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chew.
Blinking was
I never liked it. And when I say it, people are always like a little shocked. Like they're like, and then my wife, who loves Men in Tights, is always like, "But you like Spaceballs?" I said, "Well, one, I saw Spaceballs before I saw Star Wars, and Spaceballs is just great. Everything about it
holds up way better."
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah.
Ludicrous speed. I didn't realize that Tesla was making references to Spaceballs. until
Yeah.
last month.
Yeah, that's why he did the flamethrower thing.
With
There was
the
like,
plaid.
He
Yeah,
loves
did he go
Spaceballs.
plaid?
I remember
I had no
watching
idea.
Spaceballs. You know, like
Yeah, he's
like
not a flamethrower. Yeah, I love Spaceballs. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, man.
You got to comb the beach. They're combing the beach.
Yep.
Well, Rick Moranis was just gold in that whole movie.
Oh, he was. I don't think there's anything he was in I didn't like. I mean, can you think of any like horrible
few things? And it wasn't like, and then he was like,
well,
yeah,
his
he
wife
disappeared
passed
for
away.
Personal reasons. But
His
oh,
wife
I just had
passed
the
away, and he
strangest
quit
deja
acting
vu,
to
like
take
we
care
had
of
this
his family.
conversation already.
Yeah,
which we may have. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
80s, that Turtles thing is a musical, and it was done to cash in on the Turtles craze. And
yeah, I remember. I just hated it.
Yeah, and it was produced by Pizza Hut.
I don't know who produced it. I just know I hated it.
Sucks is because it was not a real Hollywood production. So I sympathize with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, look at those costumes. Like they're not even close.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've seen those costumes. They look very scary.
Yeah, I watched it once in its entirety, and I absolutely hated it, and I was very angry.
My wife has the Pizza Hut, the actual when they gave the episodes, the VHSs.
Oh yeah,
she still has the turtle ones. They're actually turtle episodes.
Oh, okay. So let's see. So Rick Moranis, yeah, he went on the hiatus. His wife passed away. He went home to take care of his family and did that. So his last real film was that 97 Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. And then he didn't make another film until 2001. And obviously they were all grown up by then. Apparently fully grown up in just those few years. But then he did some like voice acting, smaller roles, nothing crazy. You know, he did Disney stuff, Brother Bear, voice, did a whole bunch of stuff like that. But going back, so I loved Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah, it still holds up. I never liked the sequel. I mean, it's fine. I never.
And they blew up the kid too.
Yeah. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Yeah, isn't that the third one
though? Because there was We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah,
was like I think like a Disney one or a TV movie or something. It wasn't like a full production. And then I thought there was another one. I thought there was like 4. Maybe it was just the 3.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was the short they did for the Disney ride or something. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was 97. That was like a TV thing. Brother Bear Sing Along, Brother Bear Animated Adventure, Brother Bear 2, game stuff. So he's been raking it in by doing like smaller stuff. He did play himself on the Goldbergs TV show, and he played Dark Helmet. So he did the Spaceballs reference. He did the voice, or they credited him for something they probably might have used just Spaceballs voice. Here. Oh, that's what it was. I heard it. So it's called Shrunk, and it looks like it's a reboot or but he's in it as Wayne Zielinski, and it's in pre-production. Joe Johnston is the director.
Good choice.
An amateur scientist and father accidentally shrinks his family with his latest invention, a reboot of the 89 film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and it's starring Rick Moranis and Josh Gad, who I think was Nick Zielinski, so he's going to play the son, Josh Gad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're rebooting the movie. At least they have Rick Moranis, but another movie I have no high hopes for. And again, it's a why.
Not with Josh Gad, who's a bit of a tool. So
yeah, he's like he was the annoying guy in Beauty and the Beast, the live action.
Yeah, and I swore it should have been Jack Black. Like one, he fits the size, the role, everything about it. He's a wonderful actor when it comes to that type of shit, and he can sing.
He can sing really well.
Yeah, but
Jack
he's like
Black has it all for that role.
He looks old as hell compared to the dude who played Gaston.
No, I know that, but he would have been a much better than Josh Gad, I thought. All right, so obviously Ghostbusters 1 and 2, phenomenal movies. He was in the Bobby Brown Our Own music video. I didn't know that. Spaceballs, Little Shop of Horrors. Now that is one of my favorites, and you guys have all seen that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's a musical. That's one of my favorite movies. However, that was a remake. So there was an older one, which I used part of it in my opening and ending credits That scene where she's drinking the booze and she's sick. That's right from the original movie. And the original movie was not a musical.
Interesting.
Probably more based on the state. I think they had a big play at the time. No,
I think that's what it was based off of.
Yeah.
The movie was based off a play, and then the Rick Moranis one was a remake from that. And I liked that. I liked that first one, but it wasn't a musical. It was still a comedy. It was all black and white.
I just know that the monster, the voice was Levi Stubbs, is the singer for the Four Tops.
Oh, really?
I remember my high school was doing that, and they're like, "You could sing that part," and I'm like, "I could, but I'm not gonna like be part of a musical."
Yeah, I could, but fuck you.
Yeah, no, I like because I love Levi Stubbs. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously those movies, Spaceballs, Club Paradise, so I never saw that one. Head Office, never saw that. Brewster's Millions, a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real bit character in that, but
yeah, but still,
and a lot of this stuff, like Ghostbusters, he was kind of a big character too.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, he was a real bit part. And you know that whole scene in Ghostbusters, like he was cast, he was the second choice. You know, they wanted John Candy
to play that role, really.
And John Candy wanted to play it as like a weird character, like he wanted to play it like a French guy or something, and they were like, no, this is how we want you to play it. And he just kept, he said he didn't understand the part, and he didn't understand the film, and he was giving them a hard time. So then John Candy finally said, just give it to Rick Moranis. and then Rick Moranis has said throughout the rest of that time that he thanked John Candy. It was the most fun he ever had making a film, and he was so grateful that he passed up the role.
Yeah, interesting. The rest is history, as they say.
That was a very nice FU.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to play it as like as a French guy or something, and because I always loved that story, because I always wondered in The Burbs. So I love that movie. You've all seen that movie?
Yep.
Okay. So in The Burbs, I've always wondered if the fat neighbor there, the annoying one, if he was played by John Candy, or if Rick Moranis was in it too. Like just that comedy team, and then have that whole thing, just have everybody else the same, and just how much of a different movie we would have gotten, or if it was gold the way we had it. I've always thought that in the back of my mind. And I normally don't think of like this would be better with this person unless they fail. And as far as I look at The Burbs, I think it's one of my favorite movies. It definitely falls into several of my top 10 lists. And I watch it multiple times a year. But even as a kid, it was always one of those ones I was like, what if John Candy was in this one? And then I'm like, well, and then you got to have Rick Moranis.
Wasn't he in that other one with Tom Hanks though? It came around the same time as The Burbs.
There was a couple of them, right? He wasn't in Joe versus the Volcano, was he?
But no, not one. They go on like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Was it There Goes the Neighborhood or something? No, I'm thinking of The Burbs.
No, so it was there was that one. They're like in like a tropical island or something. They're like, I remember that. Let's see. Hold on.
Well, sounds like Joe versus the Volcano.
Yeah, no, that's why I keep thinking that one, but it's not. I know what I'm seeing in my head. But Tom Hanks. Oh, and speaking of John Candy movies, Summer Rental. That's one of my favorites.
Summer Rental is great. I mean, I liked a lot of them. Great Outdoors.
There's probably not many. There's a lot of Tom Hanks movies I don't like, but there's not many John Candy movies I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few that I didn't like, but it wasn't for his fault,
Right. It was just the overall movie.
Just the movie sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did Den on Heavy Metal.
Yeah. I do remember that. And was Rick Moranis part of that too, or just John Candy?
I don't remember Rick Moranis being part of it.
I don't know. I just like him so much. I think he was involved in everything. Because weren't they on that like that basically that Canada Saturday Night Live show or some shit together? You ever seen those
Kids in the Hall?
I don't think it was Kids in the Hall.
John Candy was before Kids in the Hall. I think it was Laughing.
It was something like that, and it was like way before Kids in the Hall, and it was I remember there was so many like odd ones where I think like John Candy was like a food repair, like instead of like a refrigerator repair place or something, like he was fixing food. It was like moldy and gross. It was just a dumbass one. I remember that. And I think,
horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. I get sucked into those though sometimes.
But some of those Saturday Night Live ones weren't any better.
No, like the Bassmaster.
The actors to the comedians to make it funny.
Oh, it does. Let's see. Bachelor Party was great.
Yeah, Bachelor Party was good.
Let's see. Volunteers. That's the one I'm thinking of. So Volunteers was with John Candy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, John Candy. And I think it's Tom Hanks is the rich guy. Yeah, Lawrence Byrne III. So he's like a rich guy, but then basically his dad doesn't want to bail him out anymore. So then they like join something. Let's see. After Yale graduation, womanizing Lawrence flees a gambling debt that his rich dad won't pay, and he takes his roomie's place as a Peace Corps volunteer in Thai Golden Triangle with 2 other volunteers. And will he survive the 2 years? And so him and John Candy are there, but he's like a rich kid that never had to work a day in his life. So now he's going in the jungle in the Peace Corps, and it's like, in there. That's one I was thinking of when you said it. I don't know if that's the one you were thinking of.
No, it wasn't. Oh, Money Pit was the one I was thinking of.
Money Pit's my favorite, man. Oh, I love that movie. And that movie right there, I think, is why my wife like wants to buy a brand new house and will not buy anything that we have to. Even if I have to put paint on the walls, I think that movie has steered her away from that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I love that movie. I watch that all the time.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked all those. Three Amigos is one of my favorites.
You know, I have that one, and I have yet to watch it.
You've never seen Three Amigos? Oh, man, you got to watch it.
I have yet to watch it. I got it at the thrift store. It's one of those ones that's always been on my radar. I picked it up. I put it in. My wife's like, I hate this. And so then I ended up cooking dinner, and like she watched the whole entire movie. I was in the kitchen cooking anyway. So
she's like, I hate it. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Big. I a lot of people grew up watching that one, and I have some nostalgia for it, but watching it as an adult, it's just not there for me.
Well, I don't think that one ages as well either, because like the toys and stuff weren't
even you can get over the toy part. I think the computers really got it for me. And even some of those older movies like Superman 3 has some like really old crappy computers, and that didn't bother me.
Some old tech, you think?
Yeah, that one didn't bother me, but like for some reason, Big, I don't know. I don't know. That
Superman 3 scarred me as a child.
Oh, I love Superman 3.
Same here. You want to guess? You want to guess what scarred me about Superman 3?
Oh, I already know.
The one that had the wires in the face.
It's the wires in the face, man. That scared the shit out of me.
That scared the shit out of me too. Man, I was scarred.
And she came out walking like this, like robot. And I was like, I swear to God, I was like, oh my God,
she's coming straight for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I had nightmares for months about that with like the swallowed with the lava. So that
once you said that scared you, I was like, I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
That one never bothered me.
Even when he's like flicking the peanuts at the bar, I was kind of like scared of Superman because
like bad Superman.
I was scared of bad Superman because as a kid, just like in the first movie, in the second movie, he's like God basically,
perfect.
and then it's like looking at your angry parents.
Yeah, you're like, that's my dad when he's pissed off.
I see your point. And when I was a kid, that didn't bother me. Like for some reason, that didn't bother me. But as an adult, I don't like the Zack Snyder Superman for that same reason.
Yeah.
He's he could kill everybody, and he's scary Superman. Like he's kind of shit. And so that's why I didn't like that. Yeah. And then when I've said that, I get the rebuttals and the "are you crazy" kind of thing. But when I was a kid watching Superman 3, that scene, I never thought twice about it.
Mm.
But now that now you say it, like that's why I don't like the Zack Snyder stuff.
All right, gentlemen, I need to tap out because I got to do work in the morning. If you want, you can look in this. I'll show you what I've been drawing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check it out.
Let's share the screen and share the window, and there you go. So this is the Brighton box. My character Zoe Brighton invents this device that contains dark matter, and I've got a little Kirby influence with some Kirby crackle here.
I like that.
Yeah, so the lower part of the screen here, in this area, basically it's it shows how dark matter in the Dark Variants book starts combining universes and just kind of like weaves them together. And so when this thing gets sideways, that's when the adventures start happening. But anyway, unfortunately, I couldn't show you drawing it the entire time because of my technical limitations.
Mm-hmm. So no worries. It was a good reveal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
I like it.
So, all right. But it's been fun talking with you all. And hopefully we can do it again. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
But yeah, 80s, by the way. I haven't been like going to your streams that you sent me because I didn't realize that you had streams on all across the week.
No problem, man. I said I used to send out the links to everybody, but if you don't come all the time, I just stopped sending the links. So
fair enough.
We go Monday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but sometimes I got stuff like today.
Well, I had shenanigans going on.
So
yeah,
that's fun.
I
just figure you show up on Saturdays.
What did you say, JBot?
I said I'm gonna try and do this every Tuesday.
Cool.
So
good times.
You're always welcome. I'll shoot you a link. You know, if
Appreciate
you can make it. You know, it's always open invitation to everybody. So,
all right, excellent.
There was a time he kept me in the chat. Don't let him lie to you. Yeah, there was a time there was no invite at all. He was like, "Hey, buddy,
80s,
what's up?"
But we're artists, man.
Hey, pointed at me. Draw stream, bro. You got to be drawing, or it's not.
It's okay. You can draw anything. You don't have to be talented, like as evidenced by myself. So you can just like start scribbling anything you want.
I'm painting a picture every day. I say the words, and your imagination goes.
Right.
You do.
I explained this really horrible.
Who needs artists when you could write words?
I know all of you thought about it.
Yeah, picture's worth 1,000, but if you can like say 2,000, how many pictures is that worth?
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up here too in a minute anyway, Drew. So if you want to stick around for the end, I figured everybody can kind of show what they're working on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got to get up early too, so I'm with you. Here. Dragon, what were you working on today? Was there anything that you can show, or if you don't, it's cool, man.
No, I can show. It's just I don't know how to show it. Like I'm working on storyboards for my comic, you know, and and first of all, I was doing this thing to where I realized that, you know, the when you working on a page and doing the storyboards, and then you realize that the wrong page is not the turning page, or is the turning page. The wrong page is the turning page.
Yes.
And you got to add another page and spread out the panels from a cluttered page. And that's what I was doing. So I was redoing, you know, these two pages, and basically I got one page just by itself, one frame of a purple laser going through a guy's skull, and it's going like right here, and you see his brains and skull. It's not good, you know, because it's a storyboard, but like when I find hopefully when I find an artist, or maybe I'll learn to do the art, you know, but so it's pretty much like skull pieces, blood, and brains splattering everywhere. And then the next page is the guy who shot the laser drops down through a hole of the ceiling, and he walks over the dead bodies, and he's even walking in on this dead body like not a care in the world, and he stepped in a hole in the guy's chest, and there's blood like guts like sticking from his boot in from the hole, you know.
Okay.
And this is a wholesome image. I can't wait to see it.
Very gory.
Yeah. My book is there. If there's one thing that my book will have, it's gore. It's a lot of gory action, and that I take like it's not that I take inspiration from Mortal Kombat, but it's like that's just my taste. You know, my taste is like violent gore and action. You know, and if I'm going to do action, I'm going to do all the way. And also, I've been trying to figure out like There's 3 shots that there's a laser beam going through a ceiling, and I had to figure out like how do I do this in multiple shots without it being boring. And I had to figure out different camera angles to make it interesting of a laser going through a ceiling shooting at a soldier.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry I can't show it to you, but it would if I showed it to you, it would be like blurry, or the screen would, I don't know, like the screen wouldn't show it. I don't know. Like it's literally on my iPad. I'm on a PC, so I can't. Yeah.
Okay. You can't just hold it up to the camera.
I guess I can try. Hold on a second. Let me go to Procreate and.
I wasn't working on anything.
Yeah, this is the blood head image.
Okay.
This is like a design. Like I said, nothing great.
Okay.
I'm going to learn to draw this week on. Not only I'm going to college for to learn art, but also I'm planning on going to art therapy this Thursday. I don't know if you learn art, but I thought it will help, like, hey, the more art I do,
you're always learning as long as you're drawing, man.
Yeah, the more you do it, that's the learning.
Yeah, just keep drawing, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a quitter like a writer.
Hey.
Yeah, once you go that route, you gave up.
That's pretty much true.
It's just throwing in the towel at that point.
I'm going to go ahead and blow you up, Odin. We could take a look at your stuff.
Sure.
Whoop.
I kind of like scooted up a little bit.
Yeah, nice. That font's coming out really nice, dude.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man.
I like the Jawa in the background.
I realize how long of a word unconditional is.
Yeah.
God, how do I segment 13 letters?
Yeah.
Like, I got a question for you. Why did you go with the crossbars or on the eyes?
I've always liked those eyes.
They're beautiful eyes.
Yeah, they're beautiful eyes. They're actually proportional too. So it's two eyes.
Are.
And then the O's are proportional, I think. If I did, it looks proportional. So I could put eyes on the O's. That'd be fun.
I love Billy Zane's jazz hands there.
Yeah. He's totally doing jazz, which would be like a Demon Knight thing. I could see him doing that. Like, hey. So
very good work,
not
man.
Billy Zane. Just if we made a movie out of this, we would definitely cast Billy Zane. But it's not Billy Zane because it's a young Billy Zane-esque look. But yeah.
You know my favorite part about this art is how you're inking right up to the robe and you've got such a nice line down there. It looks really cool.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm hoping that like really sets it apart. So the story is going to be two different stories back to back. And so this one is kind of like a little mini cover of one of the stories, and this one's going to be a little mini cover of the other one. So he's kind of presenting the two stories, like Moses with the 10 Commandments. Or
Are the stories going to be floating, or is that the background stuff?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. For some reason, when you originally said it, I thought he was going to be holding the covers.
Oh, no. He's just outstretched arms. He's
outstretched arms. One half.
It's a design conceit.
Got it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that a mountain on his left-hand side? Or is that a rock? Whatever that.
No, that's a Jawa.
That's a Jawa. It's a mountain, and if you see the early parts of the story, it's almost Bond-esque, like a science lab built into this mountain.
I really like that mountain, man. That mountain's badass, dude.
Oh, thank you, sir. I found that mountains are really easy. I learned it from Bob Ross. You just cut a line down the middle and put the dark side on one and a light side on the other. It's the easiest thing. But I always struggled. I tried really hard to like add all this detail, and I watched Bob Ross like cut a little line and then just dark on one side, light on the other. And I was like, dang, those look cool.
Yeah.
So even though it's not painting, I learned it from Bob Ross.
That's cool, man.
I'm curious of the tentacle creature looking thing on the bottom left.
Yeah. I've gotten tired of drawing tentacle things. Like everything you guys have seen since I started getting on stream with 80s Made and stuff, it's like the scene in the story is just all fighting this tentacle monster. And I'm like, at first I'm like, this is fun to draw. And after drawing it like 30 times, I'm like, I do not want to draw this tentacle monster anymore. Done with it. So it's a big part of the story, especially at the end anyway. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Looks great.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to getting that physical copy and reading it.
Well, I hope you all are. It would make me so happy.
Well, I was going to do it anyway.
Oh, good. Without the pressure, without the peer pressure.
The island.
There was no peer pressure. No, I was definitely there. Oh, the island's a turtle too? That's
yeah.
Cool.
I'm playing with ideas. So
I'm in.
I would think it would be cool if you like made like the legs and the head like almost segmented, like with a little like a peninsula or something.
Yeah. I was thinking like they were like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but I was just thinking like when you said it was like that, I was thinking they were all broken up. So they're like little islands, but then all those little islands form the turtle.
Yeah, I did the base, and then I'm starting to segment stuff here.
Yeah, I see that now. Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, and then I can always add the segments and drift stuff off or whatever. And
so the whole thing is a turtle, but they're all little islands.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, okay. That's what I was imagining when you said it.
So it was the first time I drew an island, so I don't know.
I know you're not a writer,
right.
But you were.
It's got to be the first time drawing
everything.
First time you draw something is you broke the cherry. It's your first time.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing. Actually, I am. I'm gonna draw my storyboards, but they're not going to be great, and I don't care.
They don't have to be, but I was wondering. I worked with this guy who would just refuse to do it. He's like, I suck at drawing. I'm like, just give me something though. Like a drawing helps. Like the way he was writing it was so vague and weird. I was like,
yeah, no, I mean, I get that part, but I'm not trying to sit here and put time into it. I got so many other things to worry about and to sit there and try to draw and figure that out. I'm not into it. I appreciate what you guys can do and all that, and the amount of time that you've spent learning your craft. But when I go, hey, artist, here's some money, here's my project, I definitely have some storyboard ideas. But whenever that happens, I figure that I'm open to change. Like it's not set in stone, especially if like from the artist's perspective, he's like, this doesn't work because of this, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Draw it however it makes sense, but this is what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Get an editor too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stay Tom in the face.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for coming in, man. Hope you all had fun today.
Yeah, man.
You too. Then, thanks a lot.
Hopefully, I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Flash.
Maybe sooner. Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Hail Ming.
Hail Ming.